Hey, how's it going? This is Ask TV. How you doing? It's my first live stream. So bear with if it. I'm doing good. Where you from? Hey, what's happening? Dawson, Boyle, how you doing? Where you from? Sorry if I'm yelling out. I got a poor. It says I got a poor connection here. Hopefully you guys are still getting my signal. I might have to change off my Wi-Fi settings. Still with me? Joe Max, how you doing? See, Philly, you're close by. Where you got? It says Spark. How's the Spark green one comes in the fourth? I got the white one. It's doing good, and I've been trying to get out and do more flying, but oh, Australia, wow, that's far. Yeah, I've been trying to get out and do more videos on it, but I'm trying not to. Honestly, I'm trying not to do the same thing everybody else is doing. So you didn't see me do an unboxing. You didn't see me do some of those other things that guys are doing, like, hey, there's the Spark, here's the battery. I didn't do any of that stuff. I'm trying to get to Australia. I was actually in Bali about 3 months ago, and I was thinking about taking a flight over to Australia. But when I TripAdvisored it, it was a short flight. There was just too many places to go. I didn't know which places to go, Darwin or wherever. But I'm probably gonna come back. I just got to do my research on where to go. Some people told me to go to Darwin. Yeah, yeah. When you get it, man, it's going. I mean, this is pretty awesome. I mean, I like it. I like the Spark. I'm trying to read everything and respond. Yeah, I'm gonna be there shortly. So there's I don't know if New Zealand, and sorry if I sound uneducated, but I hear a lot of people are going to New Zealand now. But I was going to go to Australia, so you let me know whether or not it's New Zealand or Australia I should go to. I don't know the name on this one. That says "Love your videos, man." I just see like like a little flaming symbol there. I don't know who that was. All right, what do I have? What do I like and what I dislike about it? From Joe Max. So when I look at the cost I spent for it, I spent a little bit more because I had to get it because I'm a technology junkie. I think the price right now is a dislike at what is it, like 500 bucks, 500 bucks just for the drone alone. And then, oh man, I can't. These things are turning away. They're going away too fast. So for the drone alone, you spend about 500 bucks, and then when you buy the remote control, you spend about 650. So for the extra, you know, 499, which was 499 with the remote, because you can go. I mean, to be honest with you, when you're thinking about this being a selfie drone, you can go out and buy the Dobby with the remote, with like the VR goggles, and it's like the same price. Get the most out of the Spark by getting the Mavic Pro. Yeah, the Mavic Pro is awesome. It's like the in between. Give me a second, because every time I try to film, somebody's doing something in the background, and my daughter for some reason decided to go jump in the shower. I don't know if you guys can hear that, so I'm gonna close my door. Give me a second. Can you turn that water pressure down so it's not like 100%, please? Turn the water down because you're running it like 100% so I can hear in here. You don't have to run the shower at 100%. Turn the water down because I'm getting the pipe squeal in my room. Can you turn it down? I'm live streaming. You just happened to jump in the shower when I started live streaming. Turn the water down. You don't have to turn the knob, pull the knob all the way out. Just turn it down. Oh man, sorry about that, guys. You got to hear the real side of what happens in the background. So back to the question that Joe Max asked. What don't I like about it? I don't like the price. I paid $90 more because I knew I was gonna have to wait for it because I didn't get it on the pre-order soon enough. But $700, which was $699. I think it's a lot. I mean, even though if you look at it, if you look at what you get for $699 and you add it up, it seems like it's a little bit better. Hey, what's going on? Yo, what's going on, Juan? How you doing, man? How's it going over there in Dominican Republic? But I'm sorry, Joe. I'm trying to read and do that. So I think the price is one, and then when I think about it, if I compare what I get out of it, value for value, if you've seen my other video, the Phantom 3 Standard is probably a better drone if you don't plan on traveling with it. You get a better camera, you get longer flight times, you get pretty much the same technology when it comes to communication, the same remote via Wi-Fi. I mean, with this one, you get the ability to plug directly in with the little cable here on the back. But I think if I had to do it again, I'll buy a Phantom 3 Standard if I was just thinking about doing some kind of filming with it. But for travel, I'm going to go with the MAVIC because it's the best between the Spark and the Phantom 4 Pro. So hopefully you got all that. Thanks for joining, Juan. I thought I'd try to do something different than everybody else out there and do, you know, I was going to do a live stream, a Q&A. Anybody got any questions about the Spark, what I think about it so far? Kevin. My name's Kevin, by the way. Everybody who's on, my name is Kevin. And hopefully I'm not yelling again. I don't know. This is my first live stream, so I'm sitting maybe 2 feet away from the camera trying to read it. Who else has some questions? I saw some other ones pop up, but they go away so fast, and I don't know how to bring them back. I wonder if I can put the text bubbles up. Let's see if I can see the text bubbles. Give me a sec. Show all live stream chat messages. Let's see if I do that. See what happens. I guess that doesn't do anything until you guys start typing. And what's this one do? Sorry, I'm playing around with this one. Androids are basically useless for drones. I'm going to be honest with you. It looks like it's Millbaits 72. They might as well name this thing the Apple drone. To be honest with you, they might as well name it the Apple drone. It works flawlessly with all Apple products. It's also like compatible with every version of Apple software that comes out without any issues. But then when you go and you get the firmware updates on your Android phone, it's just too choppy. I took it to Bali. I was flying on Android before I went to Bali. I got an update that I didn't realize would affect anything, and it dropped out on me. And when I was flying, and when it came back, hopefully the obstacle avoidance was going to stop it. The next thing I saw was a freaking palm tree. So I almost lost my Spark in Bali in a palm tree because the Android software sucks. How's the Spark in the wind? In the wind, it's got some heft to it, but this little guy ain't got the power to fight it back. So a lot of guys are talking about range, and they're doing. I'm probably going to do an antenna mod on it since I did the antenna mod on the DJI the Phantom 3. I'm probably going to do an antenna mod on it just to get better signal and distance out of it. But I don't plan on flying this thing like 2 miles because the battery, when it goes fast. You got 16 minutes, and if you got a headwind, this little thing, I took it out to the ball field, and I was probably like 100 yards away. It went tailwind, it went away pretty fast, but coming back, it looked like it was struggling coming back. So I definitely wouldn't plan on flying it far or with any, headwind coming back and doing a long flight with it. My iPad dies, and I missed 3 minutes. I'm hoping my signal don't drop here because I'm way back in the back room, and I got a crappy signal, it says. But I think when this is all done, it will save to YouTube, and you can watch it back afterwards. Hopefully, I'm going to spend like 8 to 10 minutes. Actually, I guess I've already been on here for 8 to 10 minutes. I was going to say I was going to spend like 8 to 10 minutes on here, get to know you guys, let you guys get to know me, and answer any questions about it. So I'm going to probably do this like every now and then. Like guys usually do those tech reviews or ask me questions via email. I'll just do this to live stream. I like talking to people. So who's got the Spark? Who's got the MAVIC? What do you guys got? Phantom 4 Pro? My next purchase, I want to probably either buy a Phantom 4 Pro or a feedback. I mean, sorry, I'm reading this. We love your feedback. I read that and I said feedback and I meant to say Phantom 4 Pro or Inspire. I'm thinking of buying a better camera. Even though the MAVIC's got a great camera on it, this one will do me for traveling and the little family stuff. And then I'm thinking about going with the Inspire or Phantom 4 Pro. The MAVIC, I love the MAVIC. Can't beat the MAVIC right now. I think it's probably one of the best drones DJI has come out with. By the way, I know somebody said something about it in one of my videos. They said they wish that DJI came out with like cheaper versions. Spark is coming, nothing. Oh man, they're just going by too fast. Consider the Spark for a small alternative to the PS3 or PS3 Pro, but I may just go with the MAV. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to break it down to how I would do it. If you wanted the best of both worlds, if you want something to travel with, to do the simple stuff, go with the MAVIC. If you want just a camera drone to do every now and then videos, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, go with the Phantom 3 Standard, because you can get those for like $300 now. And then if you want something that's just like, you know, I just want to play around with it. I don't want to break out a big drone and go fly around the park, but I want to do some camera stuff and this. Go with the Spark, because the little guy's fun to fly. Put it in your backpack and go anywhere and just fly it, but you get 16 minutes of flight. But like again, waiting for the price to drop on the Mavic. So yeah, what I was saying, I can't remember, Serpis, Christos. There's some leak about DJI patenting a light version of the Mavic. So if you look at the serial number on the Mavic Pro, the end of the serial number apparently says something like MP for Mavic Pro, and then some guys got a leak of DJI patenting something called a ML, which they think is a Mavic Lite. So that might be a good deal if they can come out with a Mavic Lite. They pair it with this controller. I mean, I'm not a big, I mean, distance is cool, but if you saw my video where I was trying to fly to Jersey, that shit is nerve-wracking, man. You'll get that thing out there far, and then when it's coming back and it's got a headwind, you'll be like, where is it? When's it coming back? Where is it? When's it coming back? So I'm not a big fan of flying far distances anymore. And I know guys doing those antenna mods and putting extra batteries, modding it to hang extra batteries on the side. And man, I ain't doing that. I ain't trying to fly 20 miles. Plus, you're breaking the FAA rules, by the way. Mavic PS3 standard $799. 40 megabits like the PS3 standard for $799. I buy it. I didn't get that last one. It said something about being like the PS3 standard. PS3 standard right now, if you get a refurb one off of DJI.com, it's going to cost you $399. If you buy one from like Amazon or eBay, you're probably going to pay like $3. You can probably get one for $3. I don't buy anything in the Phantom 5 or the Mavic 3. That's an iPhone. That's why I said they might DJI might as well call themselves like iPhone drones, man. They're coming out with one every 4 or 5 months. You got the Phantom 4, then you got the Phantom 4 Pro, then you got the Phantom 4 Advanced, and I think they came out like within a year or so, if I'm not mistaken. The Mavic shoots, the Mavic Lite shoots 2K. Oh, you already heard it? Oh, I didn't even follow up on it. The Mavic Pro for $799 and you get a remote. So I paid like $1,000. I guess $200 off. Now, when you talk about like the difference between the Phantom 4 Pro and the Phantom 4 Advanced, you're only spending like $50 difference for the 4-way optical avoidance versus 2-way optical avoidance. Of course, I'm going to go spend the $50 more, right? So I'm thinking $1,000 or $800 versus $1,000. It might be a good deal. I mean, if I can get distance on it, I'll take all of this technology with a 2K camera anytime. I don't even shoot in 4K. Half the time when I'm shooting in 4K is because I accidentally put it in 4K and didn't remember to change it back. What's the video quality record on the Mavic? Do you record? So most of my videos are 1080-60. Almost everything I shoot with on this camera, the LX10, on the GoPros, 1080-60, 1080-30. I did try a video on the Mavic in 4K just to see what the hype was about. It looks great, but I don't have any 4K. I got a 4K TV. Maybe I should have played back on a 4K TV. But usually I don't have I can't do the resolution, so I don't do it. There's no Mavic Lite. I said if. Okay. If. Yeah, okay, yeah, if. So there might not be. I mean, I'm just going by what the leakers are saying, that there might be one. The leakers actually leaked this thing. They leaked this first, and I'm like, and everybody thought it was going to be a racing drone. So I'm thinking the leakers are probably pretty accurate. So there's probably one coming. I just don't know what the qualification is going to be. Mavic 2, 3K, 60 frames per second. Even at the lowest resolution on the camera, the P4 makes clearer videos. And I don't doubt that the P4 makes clearer videos, because if you're talking about the P4 Pro, it's got a 2-inch sensor on it. So when I look at this, which is a 4K camera, versus my my FZ300, which is a 4K camera at 12 megapixels, the difference is ridiculous. Like, I really don't know how 4K versus 4K on two different cameras can be so different, but it is. So I don't doubt the P4 Pro is awesome. That's why I was thinking about getting one. Because the Smart has a small liner, the good acceleration, and race is pretty good in sport mode. I haven't tried it. I've actually only flown the in sport mode. I've only flown the Mavic in sport mode one time. I got bored. Some guys were flying some racing drones out in the field, and I was like, hey, let's see how it flies in sport mode. And I flipped the switch and just flew it around. It flies pretty fast. It flies great, but I mean, it's a camera drone. I'm always worried about crashing and taking the gimbal off of it. I haven't tried flying the Spark in sport mode. Actually, in my next couple of videos, I was going to go out and do some demo flight with it and go through all of the the new flight modes. I haven't done any of the Jedi stuff with. It's been rainy or I had to work, so I'm going to get out there and see how fast it is and see if it's, and probably do a comparison side by side to the MAVIC Pro and see how fast it is. You'll see a video coming on that definitely pretty soon. Spark doesn't have a color profiles, but it's cheaper. Oh yeah, the Spark doesn't have the color profiles, but to be honest with you, I am impressed by the camera quality of the Spark. Another thing the Spark doesn't have is like a focus. I think it's unlimited focus, but it comes in very, very clear. So you have, I don't think you, I tried it. I don't have a tap to focus, and I don't have like a button that you hit to focus like you do on the MAVIC, which I think is actually pretty cool. You don't have the color profiles. I usually shoot in either desyn or I shoot in like real color or vivid. My eyes, I'm partial to highly saturated, very vivid video. So that's me. Some people don't like it. Some people like that flat thing that you get with log video, and they like the color profile it. I don't. I like coming out of the camera already. The windworthiness of the bigger Phantom keeps me from, oh man, joining. I missed that one. Keeps me from jonesing for the MAVIC Pro. So the Phantom, I mean the MAVIC does super great in wind. That thing, you'll have a hard gust. This is, I think this is like 20 miles an hour, but you'll have a hard wind blowing, and that thing will be like, it'll hold itself steady, and you won't even see it in the video. I'm curious to see what the Spark will do though, video quality wise, because you don't have that 3-axis gimbal. You've got 2-axis. See you next time in the forums. I can't. Who was that? Emma Bates. Something in the forums. I didn't missed it. But he said something else. Thank you. Thank you, dude, for supporting me, man. I appreciate everybody who supports me and watches my videos. My daughter, she's taking a shower, and it sounds like there's water running out freaking outside the shower now, guys. Sorry, this is the background stuff you don't see when I'm trying to film a video. They're like, and I'm doing like 50 cuts because they're doing this stuff in behind me. Every time I turn on the camera, the sound comes in crazy. To Tech, thank you, sir, thank you, or ma'am, I can't. Thank you for supporting me, man. I appreciate it. I follow, if you guys don't know, I follow everybody that follows me. I think we should all support each other as content creators, and I know there's a lot of people who have their opinion, and I try not to be as emotional because I'm an emotional type of guy. But yeah, I tried the backdrop a while ago. Just to give it some depth, and I wanted to go green screen, but I just never got around to it. Since I'm a new YouTuber, I watched all of those content creator videos, and they said if you want to get more viewership, you should actually change your backdrop, like do it in different locations. That's why you guys see me outside a little bit more. I flew at night and wait until this, when somebody types something else, I get that last one that popped up. Sorry, I didn't catch who it was and what it said. Waiting for somebody else to type while I'm hearing some watery noise in the background. Don't know what that is, sorry. I flew at night and it flew fine. The MAVIC, it's got a lot of lights on it. I got bad night vision, so I've never tried to fly it at night. Thanks, Joe Max, for the bump. I wish there was some way I can do this, like, so I can get the words to just stay on the screen so I can read them. But they go away like within 10 seconds of them popping them up. Dawson boy, I live in Delaware. Where are you from? You said Philly? I remember somebody saying Philly earlier. You can use the FPV goggles for the Spark. So I watched the videos, the DJI videos, and it said soon to be compatible. The goggles will soon be compatible with the Spark. So I'm thinking maybe they weren't because they were designed for the MAVIC with that OcuSync technology, but they're going to incorporate something that makes them work with the basic 2.4, 5.8 gigahertz transmission. So I'm thinking the goggles need to be updated to work with the Spark, not the Spark not working with the goggles. Outside of Philly. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm not that far. Philly, Allentown, I'm like 45 minutes from Philly, 45 minutes from a couple places locally. Like, I'm in the middle of everything, you know that. I'm in the middle of Jersey, I'm in the middle of Maryland. I'm in the middle of, hold on one second. I definitely hear water like running across my carpet somehow, and I don't know how. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I need to figure where out this water's coming from. Give me 1 second. Apparently, you can use a USB port to control to use the goggles already. Oh, by plugging it to the USB port? Okay, maybe that's what it is then. Maybe it doesn't work wirelessly. Maybe you just plug into it. The guy that I did a video with said that you could do other things with an HDMI cable on a computer. So maybe that's how you use the Spark with the goggles. Give me 1 second. Sorry guys, I'm not sure what that was. It sounds like there's a leak somewhere when my daughter's running the shower. Like it was running behind the shower through the wall and hitting carpet. So I gotta go figure out whether or not a freaking pipe broke or something behind the wall. But I'm on live stream. I'll figure that out later. If it's broken and it ain't running right now, I'm cool with it. So I missed the whole comment about not flying close to obstacles. Obstacle avoidance is very cool. When I first had the Phantom, I was like, hey, I'll fly high. I won't hit anything. I'll just fly over top of it. Somebody else asked me why I fly at 300 feet, and that's probably why I'm just used to doing it. FPV kick most lately. Most likely what? 200 class. I don't have my racing drone anywhere near me, but I'm trying to learn racing. I've been out in the field trying to fly FPV with the racer, and before I know it, I'm in the ground because I can't tell how high I am above the ground with the racer. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You fly high, you won't hit any obstacles. That's how most of my videos are at 300 plus feet, man. I don't fly I fly low if I can see a line of sight as far as I can see in front of me, but I don't fly. If there's trees or anything, I'm at 300 feet. Yeah, I suck at it. Somebody hit me a bump so I can read that last one about the UK. I saw something about the UK. Is that somebody from the UK on right now? Looks like somebody dropped out. I got 10 on and somebody dropped. Oh, you're in the UK and I'm worried about the range due to the Spark due to the reduced power. Oh yeah, I think that happened to me. Hey, how you doing, Dave? From Scotland. That happened in Bali. I thought that I was getting, actually I got less range, and it's because the MAVIC switched to, what's the other frequency? I can't remember. It's FCC, and then the other one's something else. It switched to that, so I got shorter range. And I think that's what I'm going to do next. I've seen a lot of guys already doing the antenna booster mod with the directional antennas, and I think I want to go there. You don't got no FAA rules over there in Dominican Republic, Juan? I'm sure you got to. If you're anywhere near an airport, I'm pretty sure they don't want you flying a drone around over there. So I can't scroll, guys, because I'm using my phone right now. I was trying... Oh, I'm sorry. I can. Thank you. Who was that? Who told me you can scroll? Cyber Gamer. Sorry, I was using my phone, and I'm like, hey, somebody type so I can get the thing. Gotta head out. Thanks for the live stream. Yeah, man, thanks for popping in, man. I'm going to do this a lot. I like talking to people, man, and learning from you guys and probably giving you some tips. So thanks for stopping in, Joe Max. Psycho Gamer. Hey, Psycho Gamer, thanks for the tip, man. I'm using my phone because I tried to use my GoPro, and I couldn't figure out how to get to the live stream, and then I got an LX10. So I think if I want to get more to live stream, I got to get like a, what do you call it, a webcam. Oh, your cousin's the boss at the airport? So he's gonna get fired because you're flying your drone around the airport. I got it. What brand of goggles and other can you use for the Spark? So I don't know anything about goggles. I'm just getting into FPV because I've been out to a lot of FPV races. So far, goggles wise, if you want to use the other apps like even Leechy, I don't think Leechy's actually been tuned for the Spark yet. So I can't give you any recommendations on using any other goggles for the Spark because I don't think any aftermarket software has been optimized to use it. Like they haven't built in those Spark controls. And the Spark's got a lighter version of the software. In a place like the Flying Delaware, I'm down in Townsend. So I'm in the upper Newcastle area, and I'm like in the shadows of the Newcastle airport. So I'm actually in Newark, but like 5 miles from from the Newcastle airport almost goes to Jersey. So every time I like log in, it's telling me I'm probably in a Class D. Be careful. So I try to get further out from that. But I'm always trying to fly when I'm trying to do videos, just in parks, just to get some scenery from the parks and flyovers and rivers and stuff like that. But for flying, like for testing, I've got a couple parks locally that I kind of go to all the time. There's a Del Castle recreational area, which has like a bunch of sporting events in it. I mean, a bunch of sporting venues or fields in it. You might have saw my short video from the MAVIC there. And then I got a couple other parks that have some back areas that nobody ever goes into, but have big open clear fields. So I just go there and fly. I'm not a member of any club right now, but I used to be a part of the Delaware RC Club. I spent like 10 years flying remote control helicopters and airplanes, and then I got out of it around the time I had a divorce. So it was just a very expensive hobby. Like helicopters, I was flying 90 size and doing 3D. I was sponsored by like a sponsored rep for Thunder Tiger. And I was just breaking helicopters left and right. Now that hobby was just too expensive, so I had to get out of it with the divorce and everything. So more recently, I've just bought the 450 to try to get back into it. But you know, joining the clubs, unless I actually get into a club and start flying racers and everything, I'm just gonna probably just, you know, find my own field. Buy an FFA, and you will be with the end of that. Buy DJI. Yeah, let them buy it. Let DJI buy the FAA so they can take away all these restrictions that are coming around drones. You know. I guess it's, you know, for what they can do, you know, I guess they're dangerous. They could be used for danger, but I can do that with anything. I can do that with a freaking balloon. I can go buy a freaking one of those Zeppelin remote control Zeppelin balloon things that you fill with air and yep, I'm close to the Lumps Pond area. Yep, I used to fly at that field in the Lumps Pond. By the way, if any of you guys are interested in RC, I'm pretty sure Warbirds over Delaware is coming pretty soon. If it's not happening this month. Usually Warbirds is happening in June, and that's like a big like national type event. And then Helis over Delaware, a smaller helicopter thing, is pretty good. Hey man, DJ needs to fix the bugs with the SAM. I agree, man. I told him. I don't know if you saw in my video. I said, hey, why can't I freaking use my Galaxy S phone? They were like, use a what do they call it? They said use one of the recommended devices, and I'm like, so what? You can't make a freaking app that works for any Galaxy phone or the latest phones? Drones for your beginners, the Hubsan 501. So Juan, I mean, I agree with you. It's not that I don't agree with you because I haven't flown a Hubsan 501. I think I might have mentioned that to you. From what I saw in the beginning, the Hubsan 501S was the one that I wanted to buy because of cost and what it could do. It was one of the cheapest GPS drones out there. But I just got a bad taste in my mouth with Hubsan because they shipped it to the wrong address and then told me I was the cause of it and then wouldn't give me my money back. So I don't want to support that company. Let me go back and see what it says. Let's see. Written on them, now you give them the same email. Give me the same. Yep. They don't, you know, I mean, again, if they want to build a drone that's only compatible with an iPhone, more power to them. But I don't know if it's just them or if it's like developers are more developers are kind of like going to that iPhone, I guess, market because they're probably going to sell more than Android. I don't know what the actual market is, Android versus iPhone. I just know that I'm personally an Android fan, so I like them more than iPhones. Yeah, man, I can't. I mean, and I bought it from Hubsan USA. They put the wrong address on it, and when I called them and said, hey, I didn't get it, they were like, well, you must have called us and told us the wrong address. I'm like, here's the invoice. I sent them a copy of the invoice. I said, the address is right on the invoice, but you sent it to the wrong address. And then finally they were like, okay, well, we got to submit a freaking, a claim to UPS. And it took me like 6 months to get my money back. So I don't support that. Customers, I mean, at least most of the times, customers should always be right. In this case, I was 100% right, and they were like, you know what? We don't care. We're not going to send you another one. We're going to wait and get the money back and then give it to you. So I said, you know what? And that's when I got the DJI bug because I got that money back, and I went and bought a Phantom 3 Standard, and here's where I am now. This, whatever the next one come out. Let's see if I can scroll up and see any more things that were on here that I didn't answer. Have you traveled overseas with the MAVIC? If so, have any trouble? So my first trip with a drone was to Bali, and that was about 4 months ago. And I brought it. I was happy to take it with me. Actually, there's a Bali video out there that like a few videos back. I did a short Bali highlights video, and I had no problems at all. I actually carried it in this backpack right here. It's not really a backpack. It's a camera bag. So it came with like this little area right here. You can put your DSLR camera. I had foam in little compartments, and I took them out and put a piece of foam out of a Pelican case in there that has my batteries. I can tuck my drone down in here, and I put Here's another space for another battery, but you probably can't see it, but the remote goes down here in the bottom. I had all my batteries in here for the drone. I had 2 cameras and like 5 batteries in here. Had it over my back, got on the plane with it, no problems at all. But you definitely gotta check the local laws and restrictions, because some countries, from what I read, will confiscate your drone at the border, at customs, and then charge you almost 90% of what it costs to get it back when you leave. So my next trip to take my next trip to use the MAVIC Cycle Gamer is probably going to be like to Thailand, or I'm trying to get a trip in November. I usually do 2 trips a year. So I wanted to go to Thailand, but because I'm so hooked on this DJI thing right now, I saw some video that said DJI has a DJI Arena in Korea. So I'm thinking about taking a trip to Korea and going to DJI Arena and the DJI flagship store there. Your next live shoe you want use Snapchat. So I don't know how to use Snapchat tech in the bathroom. I have actually Snapchat just popped up here. I got it. I downloaded it, and I know it's like Instagram, but it's like different from Instagram. So I'm like, the videos only stay up for like 30 seconds or something. So I just never really got into it. That and Twitter. Like my Twitter account got bombed or stolen or something, and they blocked it out. So I freaking didn't use it. Since the incident in California, to hell with Apple and their products. I don't know what happened in California, Serpis Christos. I don't know what happened. Tell me what happened. Yeah, Black BNHL is the best. Any clue when the next MAVIC will be released? I don't know. Like I was telling these guys earlier, Ben Smith. The last thing that I saw from the leaked reports was that DJI is probably going to release a MAVIC Lite. They got a patent on a part number that had ML at the end of it, whereas the MAVIC Pro has MP at the end of it. So people think it's going to be called the MAVIC Lite, and it's probably going to be something that has either less sensors or lesser control or lesser features. LOL, no man, I don't know what it said. MAVIC. I don't know, MAVIC 3, April 8, 2018. And I'll be a dumbass to go and buy it because I'm such a MAVIC fan. I'll be having like 3 MAVICs, and they probably only have like very, very slight differences. MAVIC 2, what happened in Cali? Yeah, what happened in Cali? I'm still waiting on the answer on that one. Dawson, why? Yeah, Apple ain't gonna that. There was something like years ago about that. Apple refused to open the iPhone for, I think, maybe even some terrorism thing. They wouldn't unlock somebody's iPhone for them. Do you buy insurance for those DJIs? So you have, so I got the Fly More for this, which was relatively inexpensive. It's like 50 bucks. So fortunately, it came with it, and I don't have to worry about crashing at least 2 times. It actually even covers water damage, so it's actually worth it. If you crash this thing, or you dunk it in some water, they'll replace it for freaking 50 bucks twice. This costs $500. You don't have to do the math on that to understand it. Know it's a good deal. This one I don't, so that's why I'm so cautious with this one. I do not have. I waited, right, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to get the freaking the refresh care on the DJI MAVIC, and then if you turn it on and you have it on for 48 hours, you can't get refresh care easily. You have to shoot this long video showing that everything works on it. You got to show the gimbals, the part numbers. You have to show the calibration. You have to show it flying like 300 yards and up and down and back. You got to go through this long dance, and then you got to upload that video to YouTube, and then contact DJI, and DJI will review the video. If it's edited at all, they will deny you. But if you go through that process, then you can buy DJI Care for any MAVIC or any drone that you didn't get the care for. Yeah, you should get it. I'm telling you, these things cost so much. You should get it. It's worth it now. Especially for the expensive ones. It gets a little bit more expensive, I think, for the Phantom 4 Pro, and then the Inspire. It's like 150, or it gets a little bit more than that. I'm sorry, guys, if I got a bad connection here. I can see on this thing it keeps telling me bad connection, and I don't know why, because I got 4 Wi-Fi bars on this thing, but it keeps going between bad and poor connection. It's probably because I'm way in the back. You're not sure which drone to get? Oh yeah, he's not on right now, but there's a guy from New York. His name is I mean, not New York. He's from Philly. His name is Anthony something. He's like his guy's name is Truck Driver. He told me State Farm is insuring drones now, dude. He's like he got a insurance package for like $50 a year on his drone, and I said I was gonna go look into it, and I totally forgot about it. That might be pretty cool too. I don't know. To be honest with you, insurance companies are in business not to pay you. They're not going to pay you. So when I got my home insurance, and I'm like, yeah, I got some guns and some stuff like this, and they're like, oh, let us tell you. First off, we don't really insure anything expensive like furs and diamonds. We only give you like half the cost of that, or guns. We only give you like half the cost of that. I'm like, so what am I paying you for? Like my clothes and my bed or something? Of course, for my expensive stuff is what I'm trying to cover, not the cheap stuff, you know. So I don't know how that works. So I'm going to probably look into that State Farm insurance. They're probably cashing in on all the drone stuff that's going on right now. So when I get the Spark, should I buy the DJI Care 48 hours before before I set up the Spark? So if you get the Spark, you can, once you activate it, you have 48 hours to purchase DJI Care Refresh. If you don't purchase it within 48 hours, you can still get the refresh, but you have to go through that whole video thing and it's on their website. You can go look it up. Black powder shooters never shot black powder. A lot of guys at the range, you know, around the hunting season, they are all sighting in their black powder. Never shot it. Ham Radio Rick, how you doing, bro? I don't know if you were on here like earlier. I'm trying to keep up with it. If I missed you, I do remember your post. So how you doing? Yeah, I would definitely, if anybody's on here and wants to know if they should get it, I would definitely invest in DJI Care Refresh. I think it's a good deal. I think the only time you're probably going to not like it is in the beginning when they have a hard time refilling these orders, and then you got to wait to get your product after that, because I don't think they're going to have any stock to ship out. It's a Spark worth. I got the regular Spark. I mean, I got the regular MAVIC with the remote. I didn't buy the Fly More combo, and I paid $1,000. I got the Fly More combo for the Spark. If I only had the choice between these two and I had the cash, I'm going to buy the MAVIC. The MAVIC is the between of the Spark and the Phantom 4 when it comes to camera quality, portability, and price. So yeah, I'm going to spend the money on the MAVIC, not the Spark. Phantom 3, Juan, I'm telling you, man, I don't know what you can do about eBay, but I bought my first Phantom 3 off of eBay for like $275, man. So I don't know if there's any goggles right now, Stefan, for the Spark. Someone was just saying that the goggles for the DJI goggles, which cost as much as the Spark, can be used with a cable and not Wi-Fi. I mean, not via some kind of wireless connection, because they were made for the MAVIC, and it has this OcuSync technology. Litchi app. I don't know if Litchi apps is ready. When I went on their website the other day to see if I can fly, I was going to do a test video that says Litchi with the Spark or whatever, but it didn't say anything on the Litchi website about using the Spark yet. So I'm going to hold off on that until I got confirmation that it's working with the Spark. Like I said, if you go into DJI Go forward between the two apps for the Spark and the MAVIC, they're totally different. There's a lot of stuff that the Spark doesn't have when it comes to configuration, and maybe on Litchi it might work, but if it's not there, I'm not going to even try it. You have to use the cable to go to the DJI.com. You have to use a cable to go to the DJI.com. Not sure what that means. You have to use a cable to go to the DJI.com. Cable for the goggles. Yeah, somebody said you got to use a cable for the goggles. And I know I've given you guys a lot of solutions for the goggles, and if I could justify it right now, but if I buy another freaking high cost toy, in the last few months I bought a freaking 5th scale car, a helicopter, several drones, including this one sitting right in front of me, I'm not going to be able to take my November to vacation. But the goggles are amazing. I'm going to tell you, I put them on, and I just put them up to my head the first time he turned them on. I was like, whoa! I pulled them over my head like, oh my goodness. I have a video of a page of alternative DJI goggles products. It's in manga. It's in the magazine. Are you saying it's in the magazine? I didn't get Magic C. Oh, on your channel? I'm gonna go over and take a look at your channel. Tech in the bathroom. I gotta go take a look at it. I try, man. I subscribe to everybody who subscribes to me, and usually I try to like catch all of the freaking alerts that say you guys like put up new videos. But since I'm not normally at my laptop or I'm walking around and I can't get to my laptop, I use that what is it called, Studio app on my Android, which I don't know where my Android is right now. And it only gives me like alerts sometimes. Oh, that's the name, Magic C. Okay, I'll check it out. And guys, when you're talking about buying which one to buy, yeah, the Mavic is like 1,000 to 1,300. I don't think you need the Fly More combo. Like there's some stuff in the Fly More combo you can do without. I don't have the extra charger. I don't have any of that stuff. I just spent that extra money instead of buying the Fly More combo. I took that money and invested in batteries. I bought 2 new batteries and I got my own case. And actually the cases are like $24, so you don't need this purse. So if you guys haven't seen it, the Spark comes with this little shoulder bag purse thing here, which I plan probably never to use. I'm waiting for a decent case to come out. If anybody wants this thing, I might just give it away because I never plan on using it. It doesn't even support your Spark that well. You just kind of like slide your Spark in here. So while the Spark does have an excellently secured gimbal on this thing, no, I don't know if you can see this, but that gimbal's on there. It's like it's held on by some kind of freaking arm, like it's held in. There's no movement to it. Where if you've never seen the Mavic, that gimbal is just hanging from like little rubber bands, and if you breathe on it, it's flexing around. I just don't like the fact that like there's no support for the props or anything in that bag, so it's just rattling around in that bag. So I'm waiting for something that has like a cutout for it for the Spark before I invest in a new bag. I don't know if I missed anything. Scroll up a little bit. Yeah, that's what somebody just said. You need a cable for it because it doesn't communicate directly with the drone itself. And if I'm going to use the cable, I guess if I'm going to use the cable, I'm going to just go with the software version instead of spending $500. That's just me. I'll take that $500 and buy something else stupid with it, but I can't justify the goggles right now. They got landing gear out. I thought about that the other day because I was like, yo, dude, I need to set a landing gear for this thing. And then I thought about your video, Juan, about how to make some. And then I went on YouTube or Amazon or something. No, I was on eBay. And they got a pair that someone out of China. I got to get out of China. It's a pair of landing gear similar to the ones you made. They cost like $3. So I said, hey, I'll buy them until I figure out another solution. The thing about the Spark, if you can't see it, I mean, you might not be able to tell from here, but that gimbal sits very, very low. So when it's sitting on its base like that, the gimbal actually touches the ground, and if the gimbal's tilted down like this, it gets locked up even when it's sitting flat on the surface. So I need something to get that up off the ground at least. And in the grass, don't even think about it in the grass. This thing's done in the grass. Even this one I have a hard time with flying it out of grass because the gimbal's always getting locked up. This one in the grass is your gimbal's gonna be locked up. So that's my next project. These 3D printers, man, they're getting like ridiculously inexpensive. I can get a tabletop version and print my own 3D stuff. Yeah, I got the Fly More combo for the Spark. I did. And I haven't tried the panorama. I'm gonna try it when I get out and get some more time on it. I haven't even tried the hand launch. Why you hand launch the Spark? So that's how you hand launch the Spark. So here's the deal with the hand launch on the Spark. I was watching all of the DJI instructional videos, and while they show you this thing hand launching on every video so you can go out there and start it up without a remote control or without a phone and hand launch it, they actually said it is recommended to launch your drone under the control of a phone or the remote control in case something goes wrong. And that's what I thought would happen with this. I thought that you would start this thing in hand launch and it will fly the hell away from you because you have no way to get it back without a remote control. So it turns out, and I got to do some testing on it, so I hate talking about stuff until I do some testing. It turns out that the hand launch is just launching it directly into gesture mode. So I'm going to assume that if I launch this with my phone, I will still have access to gesture mode and try it out to see if I can fly it under control of the phone, but in gesture mode, still using the hand controls and everything else. But if something goes wrong, I can, return to home or land it with the phone. So I'm still doing more research on that. I'm not trying to beat anybody to the punch on it. I want to know what I'm talking about before I film these, post these videos. And I know sometimes I may be behind the gun on some stuff. Like a lot of guys really went in hard on me about saying that for some reason they said that everybody knows that you can use a cable to fly the Spark. And I'm like, how do you know that? It came out like 2 days ago. How do you know? Hey, I can't see it from here because I got very. It says J Tooley. Hey, J Tooley. Thanks for the support. So I don't know how guys. Love your channel. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. I'm trying, man. I'm such an introvert. It took so long for me to even get the courage up to do this little live stream because I knew I was going to mess up. Like when I'm filming videos, I watch them like 89 times before I even hit the share button because I'm like, oh, you said something wrong or you made a crazy noise. Take that out and take that out. I'm very, what's this? Always connect to the phone before using pump. Yeah, man. Cycle Gamer, yeah, I'm going to launch it under the control of the phone. I'm not going to launch it trusting that the software in this is going to keep control of that drone and get it back. In fact, the other day I did a droning with it. I was out and I did a droning with it, and I put it in the droning mode where it flies away from you, and that thing just kept flying. I'm like, when is it going to stop? And it just kept going. So I had to end that drony new flight video mode and bring it back to me. It just kept flying away. So I don't know about the Spark. Yeah, I'm afraid that the metal interference will cause it to fly away. And I've seen so many videos, man, where guys aren't even paying attention to that. And that's the danger about some of these drones. Like a lot of you guys know that if you take off of concrete or off the pavement, there's probably rebar in it and it affects your gyro. I've seen guys launching these things off of a car, which is made out of freaking metal. So their gyro must be going crazy, and they should have gotten a warning that said compass error, calibrate your drone. And I mean that's that's where you lose your drone and it flies away from it. But you didn't read the instructions, you didn't do what they told you. So yeah, I got a Phantom 3. It has the Polar Pro filters, an extra bag, windsurfer, extender price. The Pro shipped $600 US. Can you adjust the quick shot distance? You can adjust. Oh, you can adjust them. Okay, I didn't find that one. That's why I didn't want to post anything about it because I was just playing with it and I'm like, I might not know what I'm talking about, and these guys are gonna rip me a new one if I tell them something wrong. But yeah, I just put it in quick shot and I tried the drone and it just kept flying. I'm like, let me stop that now before it gets away from me and have to bring it back. So I got to go and figure out where that is. I'm not gonna lie, dudes. Like when I go in, I use these. I get very particular about the modes and the features that I use. That's why I don't like changing my altitude heights because I'll forget to change it back, and then it'll go out of signal or something and be stuck behind a tree or stuck in a tree because I can't get it back. Awesome, Dave. Whatever Dave said, I agree. It was awesome. What did Dave say? Oh, about the drone for sale. Yeah, man, I don't know, and I still got to learn more about it. Like I said, I just don't have enough time on it. So I had to pay extra for mine, and I'll tell you the story. I was a buddy of mine. I'll use the term buddy. We become like kind of like associates. His name is Nick Lang. He's a videographer out of Philly. You might not know him, but the guy is good, and he's been like David Branson's freaking Private Island filming. He's been to a lot of stuff. So he went to the DJI release, and while he's at the DJI release, I'm watching the release via my cell phone, trying to get a good signal at work. So it kept going in and out, and all I heard was, "Hey, these things are on sale now." I rush back in the building, I go order one. So I'm probably in within the first hour of waiting for one. When he got back from the release party or whatever, he gives me a code that says, "Here's your priority shipping. You can get it faster." And when I contacted DJI, I'm like, "Hey, I got a priority shipping code. I would like to use that to get my drone." They were like, "Where'd you get it from? No, you can't use it, and we don't care." So I said, "You know what? I'll go to Amazon and get it because." I'll get 5% back on my Prime card, and hopefully, since you guys are selling these 3 at a time, you got enough in inventory, and you won't do the same thing where I had to wait 6 months for my MAVIC. And then, release date, guys are online posting, "Here's my new Spark." I go look at Amazon, and Amazon is saying, "We're still waiting to ship," or "We'll give you an idea when it's going to ship." I'm like, here we go again. I'm going to wait 6 months. So I Googled to see if anybody had one in stock or in order, and it came up to eBay. And then I Googled nearest to me. And then I found a guy who was selling his that he just got, and he was like, "You know what? I don't want it. I'm just going to try to make a little bit of money off of it." And he sold it for $90 more than what he paid for it. So he got the DJI Fly More combo with the DJI Care Refresh, which was about, I think he should have paid like $760 for that, maybe, with the 2 combos, and I paid him $950 for it. Oh no, $850. So I paid him $850 for it, and I didn't mind because I'm like, yeah, shipping costs, you know, all that other stuff. So I just went out and bought it from him. Yeah, man, they dealing with them directly is ridiculous. I've seen guys do videos on them online, and it was like, yeah, they had the worst customer service. So I dread having to call them or actually having to use that customer service. Order to change the distance. You have to hold the specific quick shot setting and lower the distance. And exactly, Cyber Gamer. That's what I was telling guys who were like, you must didn't read the manual because everybody knows you can use the cable. I'm like, how do you know that? This thing's got a micro USB in the bottom of it. I tried it, cable to phone, and it didn't work until I put the USB OTG dongle in and it worked. And there's some stuff in that manual like that. I didn't see it. I'm like, did I miss it? By the way, guys, look at the manuals that this is all the manuals that came with this thing. Maybe DJI can save you guys some money on their drones by not including a ½ pound of literature with it. There's a manual for every piece. Here's the one for the oh no, this is for something else. This is for one of the other things I bought. Here's the one for the freaking spark. Here's the one for the freaking prop guards. Here's the one for the freaking batteries. Here's the one for the battery charging hub. And here's the one that looks like a freaking language dictionary that's about a 3/4 of an inch thick, that has every language in the world in it. Every last one of these tabs is a different language. Maybe they can stop killing trees and save, you know, a couple bucks on this and put it all in PDF form and put it on a disc or something, or tell you to go download it before they stick all this stuff in a box and raise the shipping costs and everything. So I don't know, I'm just babbling. I don't know, just random ranting. What else did I miss? I'm going to definitely try Cyber Gamer. I'm going to definitely try that that thing on distance as soon as I get a chance to go out and fly this thing. That is a great tip. I'm not lying. I like it. Can I borrow it? Can I vlog about it? Sorry, man. This content creating game is tough, bro. When you're not trying to do everything everybody else is doing and you're trying to come up with something new. That's why I thought I would do this. I would do this, the DJI Spark. I would do the DJI Spark. Hello, King Snowcone. How you doing? Where you from? The background that I have, and I still don't know who this is, that says, tell us about the background that I have behind me. Oh, that's just my little graffiti thing. I don't know what your name is because it just has 6 dots. Is that your name? Six period marks? That is kind of easy to remember and kind of like crazy hard to remember at the same time. I've been waiting for your answer to Lychee. What about Lychee? I'm trying not to murder this name. Tesmapa Manima. Sorry if I'm trying to kill your name. I travel so much around the world and I have trouble pronouncing some names and I don't know what to call you. What's your question? And my background, it's just I'm a kid. I'm an old man, dude. I'm like in my 40s, right? So I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and hip hop and breakdancing and graffiti were the culture back then. So I love graffiti. Some side story to that, I love it when long trains come by. I will sit there and watch almost every car go by just to see the graffiti work that's sprayed on them. And this is just my graffiti background. If it's not such a wide angle, it looks like I'm sitting in a graffiti hallway. So Snowcone, I use 3 different softwares because all of them don't have the same features, or I'm just not smart enough to figure out how to make them all work. So one of them is called Mojave, which is kind of more user-friendly, and it's got a lot of features to it. It's a little bit powerful. Then primarily I use Adobe Premiere Elements 15. But I can't do stuff in like Elements 15. Like I like to do these little animated arrows which say that's where you want to look at, and I can't do that in Elements 15 unless maybe I can download that from, maybe you guys know how to use Elements 15 and can tell me where I can get those from. If I can find those animated arrows, I wouldn't use anything else but Elements 15, to be honest with you. It's an excellent software. It runs on my computer, and I think I got a decently fast computer, It's AMD, which I got cheaper than the freaking Intel, but A10. What camera do I use currently? My current camera, I've got actually two, and it depends on what I want to do with it. So in some of my videos, you'll see me using my 12 megapixel Panasonic FZ300 because it has a crazy long zoom, and I can put a microphone on it and use it for, you know, like vlogging and stuff like that. But it's you know, it's an SLR-like camera. But I usually use my little LX10 here. This LX10 is a beast when it comes to cameras. It's got more features than the G7X, which most vloggers use. And it doesn't overheat like the LX10 and cost you $1,000 like the Sony RX series. So this is a monster when it comes to cameras. I love this camera, but it also can, its features can also be a hindrance too, because some of the auto features, like in my last video where it just kept doing this, is because I accidentally tapped on continuous autofocus and multi-point focus on the touchscreen, and I didn't realize it, and it was going like this, trying to keep everything in focus. So you see the camera doing this continuously. How long can you fly the Spark? So the battery life says that it will last 16 minutes, and 16 minutes is probably, if you're flying continuously for 16 minutes, if you're hovering a lot, you're going to get less time in that because it takes more energy to hover than it does to fly forward. So 12 minutes, yep, 12 minutes is probably about right. So you're trying to get those, you know, hover cinematic shots, that's going to go down because the battery's going to be burning while you're hovering, and you're not going to get, you know, that distance flight out of it. 12 minutes. One thing about the DJI drones is they burn batteries sitting still. So I can turn this one on, this MAVIC on, and it's fully charged right now. And in this time that we've been talking, which is, damn, it's 56 minutes, it will freaking be at half a battery, and I got to recharge it. Just burning sitting still. So while you're playing around with this, if it's on, it's going to be burning battery once you get it up in the air. Can you just track from behind, always saw it at the front? So in track mode, I got to try it on the Spark. On the Mavic, you can change all of the different tracking options. I got to try it on the Spark. On the Mavic, when you're in track mode, you slide this little slider and it will pirouette or track you from the side or in the front. Yeah, it overheats on the, if you're talking about the Sony, it overheats like crazy. And which I paid the money for the RX series, and I did a video about it. It overheats in 1080 too. They talk about it overheating in 4K. Oh yeah, it overheats in 4K. It overheats in 1080. It overheats in 4K in like 5 minutes, and it overheats in 1080 in like 10 minutes, like double the time. Really? Don't know what it said here. Fabio, don't know what you said. You said really. Does open palm work for gestures at closed fist or closed fist? Does open palm? So in the manual it says you have to keep your palm open with your fingers closed to use gesture mode. So doing this might confuse the drone, but you have to do this. You wave, it flies away. You go like this, it'll come back to you. I'm still nervous about trying them individually. The only thing about nickel cadmium, Juan, from my history, so if you guys haven't tuned in, I've got like 10 years of RC aircraft flight, starting back with something called something light and an eco weight, which we had to fly off. Oh, actually my first Fury helicopter flew off of like 36 nickel cadmium batteries, and it weighed about 36 pounds. So lithium ion is the way to go when you're talking about flight, because you got the more power with less weight. Hold on, man, I'm trying to read this. Use Lychee on your Android. Also, people, obstacle avoidance. So I just tried that today. Somebody was asking me about that. I went through, in fact, oh man, where's my phone? I'm freaking using it right now. Sorry, I can't test it. I went through Lychee without connecting it, and I didn't see anything. I'm on the latest version. I didn't see anything about, yep, I got the FC300. Yep, I got that one. And I also had a Canon 70D that I have access to. It's not really mine. My daughter went to photography school. I tried to vlog with it. It's just too heavy and too much of a camera for vlogging. So that one, I can try it. I can try it in a vlog to see if I can use my fist. But I know in the videos it says to do this. Yep, I'm shooting it with my phone right now because I couldn't figure out how to get it to work with my GoPro. I got a GoPro Hero 5 Black around here. You could live stream with it, so I couldn't figure that out. I couldn't figure out whether or not I could use this as, it has an HDMI out, but I couldn't figure out how to use this in my computer as a camera, or what do you call it, a webcam. I don't know if I have all the. Again, I'm a tech guy. I used to build computers, but then they've gotten so inexpensive that I now just throw them away and buy another one. So I go with a simpler way to do things, and the simplest way to get this up and streaming was to use my phone, because I remembered the Galaxy phone and the app both have live stream directly to YouTube. So I'm using the cell phone. Not only am I using the cell phone, I'm using the front-facing cam, so it looks like crap. Probably a little bit because it's a lower resolution. I'm also, and I had to see the screen. You only use your fist to hit it because it ain't working right. I don't know about that, man. It's been working right for me, but hey, I know some of those freaking new on the MAVIC, those or not the pre-release, but those first those MAVICs that came out, there were a lot because they were rushing to get them out. John Potfuse. I don't live in New York. I don't know if you were talking to somebody else. I don't live in New York. I live in Delaware. I was up in New York a couple weeks ago just to go up and see this thing at the experience store. I could probably actually do that because you can use the phone. It will record. It will cache. Like if you're flying with the Mavic, now you can use the phone and it will record your voice while you're flying with the Mavic. You can cache your video. I mean your audio to the phone while you're flying your Mavic. Now I probably could. I could probably vlog with this thing. It's got a very good camera on it at this distance, and with the current lighting, it might actually work. Another story for you guys. When this first came out, my first video when I got this thing, I said, hey man, this thing is pretty light and pretty small. Maybe you can use it as a handheld stabilized camera. And I was thinking, I was trying to build one from like little stabilized things for DSLR cameras, and then I gave up on it. And now I just saw that there's a company that makes a stabilized holder for your Mavic, and they're probably making a lot of money, and I didn't freaking jump in and go with my idea. The only thing I wouldn't know how to do is the sound. Like I wouldn't know how to get the sound. Oh yeah, I can live stream. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can live stream with it. You can live. I forgot. You can live stream with the. I did it with the Phantom. That's the only one I've ever live streamed with. And the only reason I stopped doing it is because I was live streaming to Facebook and it looked like crap. Like you got this low resolution, choppy video from it. Yeah, you're right. I could live stream it. Actually, my next video, maybe I should live stream. Maybe I should live stream with the Spark for 16 minutes, facing that Spark, man. Can you update the firmware? So I have gotten 2 firmware updates since I've had this in like a week. I got the one when you first started up, and then I got a one in about a couple of days after that. What I want to tell you guys about the Spark. When the Mavic first came out, it was crazy stable indoors. The Spark is no different. I launched this thing in my living room and it stood like this. It did not move. So it's got a crazy, whatever it uses for stabilization, it works. Mr. C says message retracted. Sorry, I must have missed it. I don't know if I didn't read it. Hey, how you doing, Mr. C, by the way? So real quick, guys, I have enjoyed this. I mean, this has been more than I actually thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to log on here, have nobody to talk to. Nobody was going to sign in. I'll be sitting here with crickets chirping in the background. Again, thanks everybody for like tuning in. I want to do this more often. I talked about doing it with Curiosity. Hopefully he'll see it. If you're at your desk inside with Wi-Fi, it will stream nicely. Yeah, I'm inside. Right now. I'm actually using Wi-Fi connection for the phone. Mr. Orrit, how you doing? Yeah, Mr. Orrit, how's it going? Dave Orrit, thank you. Cheers, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Juan, for tuning in, man. When I get out to the Dominican Republic, man, I'm going to take you up on that tour guide thing. That's probably one of my next places to go. I don't know if I mean, like I told you, I'm a little bit cautious when it comes to travel right now, but I hate being behind a all-inclusive resort. I want to get out and see everybody. And if anybody else has got a cool country that they want me to come to, hey, give me the details. I like to travel a lot, so I'll definitely come try there. Why am I near a wall? Because I'm in my bedroom right now, because my kid is usually out in Brazil. Yeah, I got to get out to Brazil, man. Brazil, I was actually going to do that during the Olympics, but I couldn't make it. I'm near a wall because I'm in my bedroom and I'm optimizing this as my little studio area. I tried to do a little studio area when I first started vlogging, but then I got away from studios and indoors. So on this, I have no microphone on this one. On the LX10, you can't put a microphone on it. And on my FZ100, I got a Rode Micro something. Hey, Kevin. 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 You know what I hate? Do you guys got kids? Do you hate it when your kids don't freaking answer you like they're deaf? Oh, you heard me. Can you bring me my other camera, please? It's in the front room. I hate it when they do that. I hate it when they don't answer me when I'm paying all their bills, and I hate it when they have cell phones and you text them or call them and they don't answer the phone. Are you kidding me? That's child abuse over here. These kids will call the cops on you. Yeah, man. Thank you, sir. Would you like to say hi to the stream? You don't want to get on the stream. This kid plays video games all day long. He plays Grand Theft Auto. I said, get on YouTube with that Grand Theft Auto and maybe you can make something of it. You got guys out with Lamborghinis that you're watching playing Grand Theft Auto. You don't want to do it. You'd rather just play it. So this is my other camera, and it's got a Rode Micro on it. I guess that's what you call it. I love this thing, too. The camera itself has a decent microphone in it, and I never knew what sound quality was until I put an external microphone on a camera. So I'm kind of disappointed that I can't do it on this, because this would be pretty cool to have it. I made a little a wind reduction thing, a dead cat. I made a dead cat for it so it doesn't pick up as much wind outdoors, but I would love to have an external mic. I got so much stuff on my desk, I'm gonna just put this on the floor. Hey man, I have a question for quick shots. He look at sparks when I'm offline on the iPhone. The spark seems to fly far away. Could you somehow go out of the phone range? So yeah, you can definitely go out of phone range. If it's flying by Wi-Fi, I'm thinking it'll just, once it goes out of range, it'll lose the signal and it'll come back. But let me go back up. Jadulika, I'm sorry if I'm killing your name. Someone in this forum just posted that with the quick shot modes, if you hold it down, you can adjust the distance that the quick shot actually flies away from you or flies. So I'm going to try that in my next video. Try it out, see if it works. So apparently you can adjust the distance of the quick shot by holding down on it and selecting how far you want it to fly away from you. How is the ride? I'm looking to get one for my I think it's pretty good. I like the smaller microphone. Yeah, the Rode. Yeah, I like the Rode. It has great sound on it. I love it. It's directional. With the dead cat on it, even in breezy days, maybe that's more the camera, but I don't get much wind sound from it at all. So for outdoor use, I try to use that one, especially if I'm out flying or at an FPV event where I need a zoom on it. Yeah, the Sony. I was going to get the Sony. I think I touched one time at Best Buy. So what are they called? They're called mirrorless. I think it's a mirrorless camera. The only thing that I'm not into right now, because I don't know everything about it, is buying the extra lenses. So I like cameras like this that has a lens built into it, and I like the bridge style camera like the FZ, because the FZ and the FZ 300, and if I do buy another one, I was thinking about buying the FZ 2500. Which is supposed to have camera features, like video features, like a $20,000 freaking video camera. So I was thinking about getting that one next. Yeah, I figured if it flew out of distance, it would stop and then return to home. I used the remote control when I did it, and it just kept flying away from me. It was so, I mean, I couldn't, man, I was like, where the freak is that drone? It got 700 feet out away from me, and I couldn't see it at all, and I was moving it up and down and trying to find it in the clouds. I couldn't see it at all. That thing becomes a speck of lint. I'm trying to scroll up, John, see what you might have asked. I didn't see anything. I guess I have to go outside for better command and gesture mode. So I'm thinking gesture mode might work off of your camera. So outside having better light or having a better light situation will probably help best. Like indoors, the camera, if you don't have enough light, probably won't pick up on you, because I know when I do active track at night or in dusk situations, the active track on even the MAVIC starts to fail when the light starts to go down. So you're probably going to need a lot of light to keep track of your hand. Yep, make sure your GPS, guys, is set where it says home point has been updated, because if it ain't, it might not land where you think it's going to land. So one thing about, I see a lot of guys talking about Lychee and DJI Go 4. For some reason, I also can't run both of those apps on my Android, and maybe it might have been another app that caused it, because there's probably something saved in the data or cache of the phone itself. But if I uninstall DJI Go 4 while Lychee is installed, it will tell me that DJI Go 4 is not compatible with my phone. Then I uninstall Lychee, clear the cache, and then reinstall DJI Go 4, and then reinstall Lychee. Now, I know when Lychee first came out, if you read the instructions when you start it, it tells you if you have any other drone application running on your phone, like DJI Go 4 or anything else, make sure that they are stopped before you run Lychee. And that might have been the reason why a lot of guys were having some issues with flyaways or crazy control issues, because they were running both apps at the same time, and it was causing some problems. John, I don't know if you got a channel, but if I'm subscribed to you, bro, I'm going to go follow you. So I'm hoping that you guys can show me. I'm not even going to lie to you and say that I know everything about this stuff. I do not. I learn it, and I'm like, hey, I had to look around for like 3 days to find this information. Maybe I'll do a vlog about it and let other people who are looking for it find it and know or whatever. So I learn from you guys. That's why I follow everybody. I mean, I'm not into this game for any other reason than to learn from people, build community, support the community, content creators, and you know, like I said, you guys know about the cool stuff most of the time before I do, because I'm not at my computer all the time. Root your phone, it will fix it all. Juan, I tried to root my Galaxy S7. I have the Sprint version, and it almost bricked my phone. It took me like 24 hours to find something that will reflash the stock software and the stock software. So I'm never going to try to root again. I used to do that with the iPhones. Again, I'm a techie, so I got my first iPhone. I jailbroke it. I installed all the apps and everything that you're not supposed to do it, but I can't do it anymore. It's basically, yep, hold on, the DJI Spark is basically a Wi-Fi enhancer that you can adjust the generic Wi-Fi repeater. Yep, that's what it does. It repeats your signal back to this thing or to your phone. And what guys are probably experiencing, which I don't know if a lot of guys know, most of these phones have antenna bands on them somewhere. There's an antenna somewhere on this thing. So if you're holding it like this and you're trying to control it, you're killing some of that Wi-Fi signal. And that's probably why you have so much of an issue. And again, I'm using my freaking Android right now, so I can't tell you. But maybe that might be the reason why. Well, no, actually, I had it clipped into this, and it was saying lost connection every 5 seconds. It was like lost connection, lost connection, lost connection. Also, the defensive version works great until they got the Spark, because it seemed to have better functions. So I've only started with the Phantom 3. I don't know anything about the Phantom 2. Not sure how they worked. I don't know what camera they had on them. But from Phantom 2 to Spark, I'm pretty sure there's got to be some upgrade there. I think one of the things that was cool about the Phantom 2 is you can buy like an aftermarket battery and put like your own lithium pack in there or something. And you can't do that with any of the other ones. One, my phone is what's called, I got a Galaxy S7, but I got the World phone, so I can use it on CMDA or GSM, and I still got the same problems. So I can use it on any network in any country, and it still gives me crazy problems. And I think it's more, I don't know if it's the Galaxy S7 itself, the chipset in it. I know what won't work is that if I turn my Galaxy S7, it would actually not run the app. If I turn my Galaxy S7 screen resolution up to Quad HD, the Go 4 application wouldn't work. It would say it's not supported or something. It wouldn't launch. So then when I turned it back down to 1080 or 720, it started to work. I remember back in the day. I don't know how you are, Mr. What is Ham Radio Rick? I don't know how old you are, but back in the day we used to have, like, the very first cell phone I ever saw was this big. And then they got smaller and smaller and smaller, and there was that time where they said that if you have an antenna on your phone, like a physical antenna sticking out of it, keep it away from your head, it'll give you brain cancer. I made it to 40. I mean, maybe I might have a tumor growing, but I can't blame it on a cell phone because I know I've had cell phones with antennas and been talking like this with that thing pointing directly at my skull. There's something about your skull too. I don't know if you guys seen the thing on TV that, and it's not even it's not a myth. It actually works. If you have a car remote control that will unlock your doors or whatever, and you're too far away from your car, if you put it up to your chin and you hit the button, it will unlock your car from like twice the distance. I mean, your skull must work as some kind of like signal amplifier. Oh guys, give me a second. I want to show you something that I got for this thing real quick, and I'm gonna be doing a video on it. Hey Kevin. Bring me that box from Amazon. He's probably like, I'm playing GTA, leave me alone. I'm on my headset. Hey, what's going on? Can you give me that box from Amazon, please? Huh? I'm live streaming. It's rude to walk away from people when you're talking to them. I gotta show you what I just got for the Spark, guys. Before I get into doing antenna modifications, Spark Pros. I don't know, man. I think the Spark it's got its own niche. It's very simple. It's very easy to use. You take it out, you turn it on, you go. You don't gotta adjust all of the features. All right, guys, here we go. I'll be doing my next. I don't know. I'll probably be showing you this in the close future. So I thought about extending the range on the Spark. It's supposedly, I've seen guys do range tests. It's supposed to get 1.2 miles. Guys are saying they're getting like 3/4 of a mile out of it before it comes back on pretty flat terrain. If you guys don't know and you haven't tried them yet, these little windsurfer antenna things, I'll get it out of the box. I haven't even opened it up yet. So let's get it open. I'm doing my first live review. Let's get that thing open. Pop that open. And this is a combination here. This is the windsurfer antenna signal boosters, and it also has a screen cover thing. So let's see how this works. So I got, it comes with, who makes this? I'm doing it. This is live, man. I'm gonna make mistakes on this, so please don't kill me. Don't laugh at me too much. So this is live, so I can't cut out all the little mistakes that I make. So first off, this is made by a company. I got this from Amazon for $20. Shipped Amazon Prime, by the way. This is called Sunny Life. Probably can't see that because this camera sucks. It's called Sunny Life, and it is the solar surfer style antenna boosters with a screen protector. Yeah, I'm an introvert and I'm nervous, and like I said, I'm very judgmental about what I do. And in fact, in real life, I don't know why I've been smiling so much on this. People always tell me, smile, smile, smile. In real life, I never smile. I'm always like this. I'm like, why are you so serious? Smile. So I'm happy because I'm here doing this with you guys. So here's what we got in this box. You guys got the what do you call the thing when the movies come out early? You got that, right? You're gonna get the pre-release version of. So in this box you get a some kind of microfiber screen cloth there, cleaning cloth, microfiber cleaning cloth, and you get this folding solar surfer. I think these are called signal booster solar surfer type antenna reflective signal thing. Apparently these work because half of your signal from the omnidirectional antennas is going in that direction, and if you use this, it points it in that direction, and you get further distance. So yeah, sneak preview. Thank you, Juan. Sneak preview. So I've used these before. I've used them with my Phantom 3 Advance, where I was getting about I think the Phantom 3 Advance was supposed to get like close to 2 miles, and I was getting a little bit over a mile, maybe just slightly over a mile. But I was flying around terrain where, you know, it was kind of going around the bend of a river. And I put these on and it took it out to about 1.5 miles. So you don't get like 2 miles worth of distance, at least for my thing, where I was flying at. Some of the guys show, Some guys on YouTube show you to make a DIY version of it. Yep, you can make them out of a can. You can make this out of a can. Tom's Tool Tech. He's another guy that I watch. He's out of like Austria or something. He has a downloadable version where you print off the cardboard piece. You print off a template. You cut out a cardboard and then you wrap it with aluminum foil. You can make this for like nothing. But I bought this for 20 bucks because I was going to buy the screen cover thing from DJI for 20 bucks. And this came as 20 bucks as a kit. So I get the best of both worlds. Plus the way that it works, when you use the DJI version, it mounts on your antennas. And you can't like mount anything else on there. So this kind of works together. Oh man, this thing is flying so fast. Windsurfers give you about 50% more distance. Yeah, they work, man. I mean, it's a cheap way. If you don't want to violate your warranty, you can put the windsurfers on and get a little bit more distance out of it. I've seen them when guys have used them on flatter terrain, get up to 50% more distance. But for me, I only got like 25% more distance. So let's see how this thing. I am so late. I'm supposed to be going to the gym. I ain't even dressed or nothing. We're gonna ride this one out. Let's see how this thing works. So you put your antennas up like this. I gotta turn it this way. Put your antennas up like this. And then this apparently slides over top. So I got a thick end and I got a thin end. So I think the thick end goes over the bottom like this. So there you go. Oh, I missed the top one on this one. All right, there you go. Mounts on like that. And then, somehow I'm gonna have to get this out. I'm gonna have to scroll up to see. You can make them with flashlight reflectors. Oh yeah, inside of a flashlight. If you got old flashlights, anything reflective I think will probably work. So then you got this thing which kind of goes together somehow. Let me figure out how this goes together. It's magnetic, it folds down flat, so it will go into a bag really easily. You don't have to worry about it being too bulky. I could stick this in the actual, what did I do with it? So there's a front compartment on the Fly More combo bag. If you had to, I could stick that in there and be good to go. So I like the fact that it folds down flat as an accessory. They're coming out with an amplifier. Let's see if I can figure out how to put this together. Sorry if I'm a guy that doesn't read instructions. Who needs instructions, right? I put together furniture without instructions. I do it by eye. It's got little, it smells bad. It smells like old tire air. Preview what? I keep seeing snow cone. I keep seeing you say really, but I'm not sure what you're saying really about. So, you put it together. It's got little magnetic strips in here that kind of hold it together. When you flip it together like that, it almost snaps together. And then you have, so okay, it can be used without the solar surfers like this. You slide those on your antennas. But in this situation, I guess I got to fold it up on the inside, and it does. It folds up on the inside like that, and it attaches magnetically. And then let me see if I can figure out how to get this thing to mount on here. I've got, on the inside here, I've got two little flaps. It's hard to show you. It looks like there's, no, actually they're on the outside here. So I got two little Velcro flaps on the outside here. And these two little Velcro flaps are supposed to go, oh, goes this way. Sorry, I had it the wrong way. These two little Velcro flaps go through here. One goes through here, one goes through here. Get that through there. Why isn't this going through here? Okay, there you go. Get the Velcro through. I have to scroll back up to see what you guys are saying, but I will get you in a second. Get that one through here. Put that one through there. Okay, and voila. Everything is mounted. Get this up like this. There you go. Everything is mounted. Nice. Nice little setup. Definitely can block that sun out. It's a little bit loose. Like, I don't like that. I'm anal, but I don't like this rattly noise. It feels like it'll fall off. It feels like a Transformer. By the way, anybody gonna see a new Transformers movie? I heard it was out. I don't have cable, but I heard it was out and I heard it was pretty good. So anybody see it, let me know before I go spend money on it. I'm gonna try to snap my phone in here real quick to see how well it covers this whole screen. All right, I can dig it. You're out flying, duct tape. Yep. If it moves and it shouldn't, duct tape. If it doesn't, then it should. WD-40. I don't know if you guys heard that. So yeah, I can dig it. So you got your thumbs in here. It gives you enough space to get to your gimbals without, through here without blocking you. Nice cover. So if you hold it this way, you can't even see the what do you call it? What camera do you recommend for beginners? So they say in photography, the best camera is the one you have, right? So I do a ton of cell phone. Right now, I am shooting this live with my cell phone. And if you guys don't know him, his name is Casey Neistat. Anybody know that guy? He just did a video the other day. He's a 20 million probably plus freaking YouTube subscriber, vlogger, previously in the film industry. He says the best movies are made on cameras that cost like $10 or something. Like he said the best movies that are shot that win multiple awards and millions of dollars are shot on, a 10-year-old camera. So whatever you can afford is the best camera, especially if you want to get into vlogging or content creating. Where can you go to drone and get a riding? I can get a, what is that? I'm sorry. Where can I get a drone that I can ride in? Build one, man. Build a drone that you can ride in. I don't know if you guys saw that guy who built that jetpack thing that looks like a hoverboard. That thing is crazy. I also saw a guy flying around in a giant drone-looking thing, quadcopter, that was flying around in a hammock too. That was crazy. So I'm pretty sure you can probably build one. I want one of those hover bikes that look like a quadcopter. It's got four fans on each side, and you sit on top of like a motorcycle. I want one of those. I've always sold one in a hovercraft too at one point in time, but I never bought one or built one because I didn't have anywhere to put it. Make me what? A hovercraft or a hover bike or a drone or flying drone thing? Somebody asked about cameras. I can't remember who it was. So yeah, the best camera is the one you have. If you want to get into the YouTube hype of cameras and which one you should use, I would say you can use your cell phone. If you got a high-end cell phone first, use your Galaxy or your iPhone. They work great. Plus you can post and edit from your iPhone. And if you want to get into like the YouTuber type camera, you want a camera like this, because I can't vlog without seeing myself. So you want a camera with a flip-up screen like this. So if you go to Best Buy has one I think it's made by, it's like action cam quality. It's actually ruggedized and it has like an action cam type thing to it. I think it's made by the Olympus, but it costs about $100 and it's got a flip up screen on it. Decent film video quality for getting started. Drop it, break it, you won't have to worry about it. And then if you save up your money and you want to go get a camera, most YouTubers are using the Galaxy. I mean, they're using the G7X or the RX100 or the LX10. I'm a fan of compact cameras with a 1-inch sensor, but a lot of guys out there say go mirrorless or go with something with a lens on it like an SLR and grow with it. I like these. So my next purchase is actually going to be probably a Phantom 4 Pro. My buddy just bought a MAVIC and he likes the MAVIC more than his Phantom 4 Pro. He actually wanted to trade me and I'm like, nah, man, I like the MAVIC too much. But now that I have the Spark, I'm probably going to get the Phantom 4 Pro or an Inspire just for videography. And I'm thinking about getting my Part 107 and turning this into a business. So I want to get, the type of drone that I can do real estate with. So I want something with a better camera on it. So it's probably going to be a Phantom 4 Pro or an Inspire. And then that means I'm probably going to sell the MAVIC and keep the Spark for travel. Yep, I cut my teeth on lychee. I loved it. But oh, you can't do it with the Spark yet. I don't know. Like I said, I went online. I looked for support for Spark at the lychee. I went to flylychee.com. I didn't see anything about Spark on there yet, so I'm not even going to try it. Question I had was if the hard casing fits with all of the accessories inside the Flymore bag. So when it came to me, no. When sent me a message. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see that. I got a message from someone that I'm live streaming. Tell her I'm live streaming anyway in a minute. So no, all of the accessories do not fit in the Flymore bag. So the case that the Spark comes in is this one, this foam case. It fits in here. This does not fit in this bag. it's got little pockets in there. So this came in a box when it came, the Fly More Combo box, which is this box. It came in the box like this, stacked on top of each other. You have to take the spark out of this to put it in this bag. Now when you put the spark in this bag, it's got a compartment like between the two battery pouches, if you can see that, where you can kind of put your spark in here with the propellers and blades facing the top. And you got a little flappy thing right here where the control can sit on the side of this. Then you can put the battery charger base. By the way, the battery charger base charges all your batteries simultaneously, which is pretty good. I'm still, I don't know, you probably can't see this. I can see it. I got somebody FaceTiming me or something, and they're blocking my screen with their messages. But this is pretty cool. It charges all of your batteries simultaneously. It comes with this big old charger adapter, but you don't need it. You can plug a cell phone adapter into the other side and charge all your batteries with a cell phone charger too. So this is pretty cool. This will fit in your bag. The prop guards, which I have misplaced somewhere because I haven't used them yet. Oh, they're still in the box. The prop guards should fit in your bag, which are these prop guards. The drone fits in your bag, and 2 batteries fit in your bag easily. A third battery would be one attached to the drone and the other 2 in the little drone pockets. Mic to GP, yes, with adapter. You guys must be talking about something else. Ham, P5, 4K, 20. Juan is still talking about this Phantom 5 coming out in 2018. So I think if I get Phantom 4 Pro, Dave, I'm going to get rid of the Mavic. Because I'll have, like right now, the Mavic was the middle ground between, in my opinion, the Mavic was the middle ground between the Spark for portability and a decent camera. So now I want a decent camera, and I'll have this, the little guy, for portability. So my buddy's getting rid of his Phantom 4 Pro, and he's going to give it, he wants to sell for an amazing deal with 2 batteries and a bunch of accessories. So I better hop on it before somebody else buys it. Did you get the Mavic Pro, and what do you think about the car charger? So I didn't get the Fly More combo with the Mavic Pro. I don't have the car charger with it. I tell you one thing that I love that you might want to get if you get the Mavic Pro. Give me a second, let me find it here. So if you got a Mavic Pro, I didn't get the car charger, which is probably a purchase that I might need to get, but you definitely want to go get one of these. This little thing is a USB battery bank adapter. So it's got 2 little USB plugs in it. And if you're carrying your Mavic around with batteries, you probably got about 3 of these, right? So you take this, you plug it in here like that, and now you've got a battery bank to charge. If this is at 25%, it will charge your Mavic controller back up to full power. So you can recharge your Mavic controller on the go, or you can recharge your cell phones or whatever with it multiple times before it dies out. I like this. I like this little adapter right here. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not ignoring you, but I'll buy it from you. I'll sell it to you. But I just gotta make sure that I'm really willing to give it up and go with this P4 Pro. I think I will go with the P4 Pro. I do. I like it. It's just I've just got so much an emotional attachment to the Mavic because I've had it and it works. So give me 1 second here, guys. I just gotta respond to someone. I don't even have it installed on this phone, so I can't even respond to them. I don't have that Facebook Messenger on my iPhone. I've only got it on the freaking Android, so I can't respond to them. Sorry, let me scroll back up. You'll pay me $2,030. I wouldn't even do that to you, man. You've been supporting me. Why would I try to rip you off and charge you more for it? It's got some depreciation value, I'm pretty sure. I've had it for as long as it's come out. Actually, I got it 6 months after it came out. So what has it been out for? About a year now, maybe. I don't know. Oh, you're paying a year 2030? Oh. 2030, man, that thing will be obsolete, bro. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to 2030. I live for today, not 2030. So I'm gonna have to get bus going to work tomorrow. I'll give you 50p. I'm not sure what 50p is. 50 pounds? Where you from, Dave? We like the MAVIC line, take it off from none of the others do. Take off from where none of the others do. So basically, I did a video on hand launching the MAVIC, and I'm too scared to do it. You can do it, and hand catching it. Oh, 50 pounds. Oh, 50 pennies. Half pound. 50 pennies. Man, that ain't no deal. Yeah, the MAVIC. The only thing I don't like about the MAVIC is the fact that it does sit really low, and unless I find I gotta actually remember to carry something to take off from. The grass always stops the propellers, and it tells me that there's something obstructing the propellers. And I have, let me find them in my bag of accessories here. I don't like those super long stilts that come with the MAVIC, that you can get with the MAVIC, that you put two on here and then like some on the back. But what I have are these little stilts that level out your MAVIC Pro. Does it go on this way? So no, it goes on this way. So I've got these little stilts that I bought for like $7, $8. They kind of just snap over the back feet like this. So now it keeps the back end off the ground a little bit more, but that barely gets me out of the grass. So I always got to find somewhere to take this thing off so that it doesn't get caught up. So one, I guess a spoiler. Ain't a serious drone, but it is serious. There are drones that I'm giving away, and they're not drones; they're quadcopters. So, I don't know. I don't know if you really want to split hairs between drones and quadcopters. But if you see my little tiny whoop video, it's made out of a Fury Bee F-36. I got a few Fury Bee F-36s coming, and I want to give them away to guys that either want one or want to get one for your kids. In fact, I can go get mine right now. Give me one more second. I'm gonna step out of the room because my kid ain't gonna answer me. So give me a minute here. Alright, I got so many toys, man. I got these things all over the house. So, this is you guys, if you didn't see it, I'm giving away a Fury Bee F-36. This is a modified one that I've modified with an FPV camera, but it's the one without, I'm giving away the one without the basic one. I got a few of them coming. These are awesome. Well, if you want to get something that's fun, these cost about anywhere between, depending on where you got them from, they cost about 13 to 20 bucks. These things, man, freaking are amazing. You could bounce these off of things. The only thing I don't like about this is the ducted fan quadcopters like this one. Gear Best, exactly. But actually, I just bought these from Walmart, dude, for $13 a piece. I bought like a few of them for $13 a piece. I got them from Gear Best for about $15. I got them from Walmart for $13. So get on them. Go to the video that I shot about this one. Go Walmart.com. I think I put the descriptions in the link. Gotta go get it. So I'm going to give away a bunch of these. I love these because you can bounce them off of walls and you can learn how to fly with them. They have like position lock or whatever you call it, heading lock. They have flip mode. They have, they're a little bit more powerful than the eSheen version. And especially if you're using it for FPV. Who's watching DRL? I don't even know what DRL is. But I'm going to give some of these away. And if you guys, want one, stay tuned for me giving them away. I'm still waiting for them to come. They were supposed to show up, I think, usually when you order stuff from like Amazon and stuff. I never know where. Yeah, it's basically like a tiny whoop. It's the cheaper version. The Blade Inductrix costs like $100. This thing cost $13, and it was a $20 camera that you put it on there, and it comes with a little cheesy remote that all of this goes in your pocket or in your bag when you wanna fly around. And you got to do like a few little modifications to get it to work. So right now I'm fiddling with it because the foam insert that I have on it is all kinked up in here, so I need to get it out of here. But I had two options of giveaways, and I missed a couple. Probably scroll down. Had two options of giveaways. One was Amazon gift cards. I mean, I ain't the richest guy in the world. I like to travel and stuff like that. I was gonna give away like Amazon gift cards, but then I was like, how do I do that? I mean, a lot of the giveaways are hard to do because this thing cost me $13. If it costs me more than $5 or $6 to ship it to you, it ain't worth me giving it away because like it costs more than a drone to ship it. So some of the guys, you know, I kind of had to set rules that I was like, yeah, man, I can't ship this to freaking like New Zealand or something. I don't know about PayPal gift cards, but I'm like, yeah, I can't ship this too far. Actually the first ones I gave them to kids that follow my vlog locally. So I gave away about 3 drones to kids locally. I still got some up in the top closet. I got the Star Wars speeder bike up there that I was gonna give away, and some other stuff that I've tested over the years. It just got too much. When the boxes are big, they cost too much to ship. So if you guys haven't seen this, I'm gonna show it to you real quick. See YouTube video racing with the Spark. Man, I don't know why guys. I mean, personally, I think that video about the guys racing their DJI MAVICs around was BS because yeah, I guess with the obstacle avoidance on the front, it wouldn't crash into something. But I ain't racing around a $1,000 drone and crashing into something with Care Refresh or not, man. I'm gonna baby it. I ain't gonna like leave it on the shelf and not do anything. But I'm gonna baby it. So, Juan, I don't know if you ever seen one of these things, man, but these are pretty cool. If you want one, maybe I might. I don't know what it costs to get it to the Dominican Republic. Keep tuning in, man. I might give you one. I'm doing like circles with it around the freaking camera. I call these little guys my baby. Come here, baby. Give me a kiss. I love this little thing, man. I love it. Do funnels in my face with it. Let me stop playing around. I'm totally live streaming here. Easy to fly, man. You gotta get one of those, bro. They are awesome, man. And you're out of the battery. Something. Let me scroll up what it says. I love these little things, man. I'm trying to fly FPV. I put my goggles on, so I don't have my goggles with me. They're somewhere around here. I put my goggles on now. I can fly this thing around my living room and up and down the hallways. I'm trying to get used to flying FPV with this. But the only thing about the ducted fan version quadcopters, you never break a propeller. But what happens is if it gets anywhere near anything like this wall, the ducts in this suck it to the wall. So you'll get close to the wall and it'll just suck it to the wall. And then when you try to get off the wall by killing it, it just drops to the floor. And then, you got to go flip it over or something like that. Too hot to fly outside. There you go, man. $13. Fly it around your living room. Fly it around all over the place in your house. If you'll cover the shipping, I'll buy. Again, I want to be fair about it. I mean, right now, I got 4 of them coming, and hopefully I can do more giveaways. So there's gonna be four you guys are gonna get them. I don't want to. I kind of don't want to put like a restriction on where to ship them in the world. I just don't want to end up spending like $30 to ship a $13 drone across, somewhere. I would much rather give you the $13 and tell you to go buy it from Amazon, or buy it from somewhere cheaper to do it that way. That's why I thought Amazon gift cards would probably be better. I don't know about no flies, but I would try. I would try to do something like that. I love this little thing. You talk about my most favorite toy in the world. Yep, hallways. I took this to a hotel. I was up like 3 floors up, flying it around and bringing it back up, playing around with it. About to get kicked out of the hotel. So if you don't know about this one, man, don't go get the Blade Inductrix from what is it? I don't know what the hell that company's called. They call it like Hobby something or Horizon Hobby. That thing costs too much money. It costs $100 for the exact. Only difference in the Blade Industrial is the fact that it has probably a controller, I mean a board that you can bind and program. You don't need to program this or bind it to anything. Comes with its own little remote control that works great. So you don't have to get the Ishin. I mean, you don't have to get the Fury Bee version. Any of these little style quadcopters are amazing. I had the Ishin version before. This one's just a little bit more powerful to carry an FPV camera. That's why I went with that one. I also put a different battery in. If you didn't watch my last video where I was trying to be have some personality in it about this, I put a different battery and I put this 200 milliamp battery in it. I know, man. I'm talking to the world now. I always thought, man, the most I would get is a couple people that I knew follow me on YouTube. Some guys on here from like Australia and freaking and the UK, man. That's crazy. Talking to people overseas. I was hoping that some guy that I always get responses from, his name is Curiosity. He ain't tuned in, man. So hopefully, Curiosity, if you watch this after I published it, this thing might take forever because we've been on, yo, dudes. I don't know who's been here, but we've been here on this for an hour and 46 minutes straight. I ain't famous. I got 1,500, man, and it shocks me to have 1,500. I was actually like, people told me, oh, you gotta wait, it's organic growth when you come on with YouTube. Don't rush it, be patient. So I just never looked at how many subs I had, and then one day I turned on the thing and clicked on my own page, and it said I had over 1,000 subs. I was like, what the hell? How did I get 1,000 subs? That might be it. $13. Where? I have $13. Sorry. You can get it from Walmart right now for $13. Go to walmart.com and Google Fury Bee F36. It's FURIBEE F36. And they are $13 and change in the US shipped. So I bought 4 of them and it's $13 each shipped to my door. I think that's a great deal. No, it's not. $13 Canadian. Last time I was in Canada, I was in Toronto about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. It was like $1 US was like 85, 95 cents American or vice versa. Like $1 was like or $1 Canadian was 95, 85, 95 cents US. Off the top of your head, do you remember to calibrate your gimbal on your MAVIC Pro? I have calibrated my gimbal on my MAVIC Pro once. You go into the settings, if you're asking me how to do it, if you go into your settings, one of them is going to be for the camera, and in there's going to be an advanced mode, and there's going to be a gimbal calibration in there, and you got to put it on a flat surface, and it goes, it takes like 30 seconds to do. English. Yeah, man. Now I'm sorry, I forgot your name that quick. Your name is Dave Orrit. I want to come to the UK, but I am afraid like I'm going to spend twice as much money because the British pound or the pound or even the euro at times just kills the American dollar. So I'm going to be spending like $2 for. I think I'm going to be spending like $2 for every $1 when I come to the UK. If I wasn't using so for the person, let me say sorry. Let me scroll up a little bit. Um, who was it about calibrating the gimbal? Okay, Cholo. If it wasn't for the fact that I was using my phone right now, hold on, I might be able to do it with the iPhone. For what? If give me a second while we're talking, I want to see if I can do it with the iPhone to show you how to calibrate it. Give me a minute to log into the iPhone to the Mavic. And hopefully, because the antennas on this thing are ridiculously powerful, that they actually block signals from other Wi-Fi devices. Hopefully, when I power up this Mavic, it doesn't just block the Wi-Fi signal to my live stream here and shut me out. But if it does, guys, I'm gonna call it a wrap after that because I've been on here for almost 2 hours. I've totally gotten so caught up in this. I've avoided doing some of the other things I was supposed to be doing today. Give me a second, Cholo. Let me get this thing lit up, and I'll see if I can get to the calibration screen. Okay, so while you guys can give me 1 second, have you experienced damage to the gimbal? No, never experienced any damage to the gimbal, but I am very, very cautious with it. When I travel, I always remember to put the gimbal lock on it. And when I fly, I always fly with a gimbal guard slash sun hood that has the center cut out of it. These things cost like $2. So if I crash it, I'm hoping not to break the gimbal. Plus, I still get the protection of the gimbal guard without the reflection of that clear one that it comes with. Let me get into this thing. Are you guys still with me? Because it did kill me for a second there. Are you still with me? If you guys are still with me, yep. Cholo, I tried to start it up and it did exactly what I told you it was going to do. The antennas on this thing are so powerful, it just blocks any Wi-Fi signal or any other kind of signal you try to get. So sorry, bro. I'm going to have to look into it while it's off or when I have an opportunity and can get back to you. Keith, you went over to Walmart and you bought some. How many did you buy? Two? Yeah, man. You need one for spare parts, bro. So when the motors burn out, you got another one to go. You need one for flying and one for spare parts. That's a good deal. 26 bucks. That's what I paid for the first one, actually. Do call Cali first. Can you adjust the horizon in the same camera settings menu? Can you adjust the horizon in the same camera setting? What, with the Cheerson, that little tiny beetle bug thing? That Cheerson little one? I can't remember. That Cheerson's got like a couple different ones. Is it the same type or is it a little beetle bug thing? Yeah, yeah. I paid like probably like 20 bucks for that thing too. That was like one of my first giveaways. Oh, you guys are talking about Cholo's camera situation. He's trying to calibrate his gimbal. I got you. It's off. I do not. I have no issues with Google Maps at all. It seems to work. I don't think the DJI Go 4 uses Google anymore. I think that if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on this. I think I read that they use just a different mapping software altogether. It's not actually tied into Google. It's some other mapping software or some other mapping, I guess, built-in application, not Google Maps. I'm just reading some of your posts. 1 hour and 55 minutes. This is a world. I guess it's not a record. A lot of vloggers are doing those 24-hour vlog streaming things. Tiny. I go back a little bit. Yeah, Keith, that little Shearson is tiny. It was so fast it would get away from me, and I got bad vision, so it would get away from me so fast. I couldn't even tell what direction it was flying in half the time. mean, share me if you think that I'm entertaining. I want to be like that type of vlogger that entertains you. Like I'm trying to build up to that. Like I said, I'm an introvert, so um, it takes me a while to warm up and talk or be able to talk. My job sometimes requires me to talk to some high level people, and because I know if I don't practice it, I'm going to stumble over my words or get nervous. Yeah, you got to subscribe to Juan's channel, man. We all got to support each other, man. If you guys are content creators, we all got to support each other. These guys are out here, making millions of dollars off of people, and I know that's the intent of some guys, but for the guys like me, you, and maybe some other guys over here, I'm actually shocked that I had somebody follow me. I had like thousands of subscribers. That was actually kind of like a shocker. I got a beep on one of my phones here. I don't know which one it is. But yeah, man, we got to follow each other, support each other, give each other ideas, motivate each other. Um, there's a lot of space in YouTube world for everybody, man. I automatically, and if I don't know if anybody is on here right now that just kind of found me, but I usually like once or twice a day I go through and sub back everybody that subscribed to me, but it only lets me sub to people who have like public profiles or something. Like you might have subbed me, but I can't sub you back because of the way your account is set up. So, but if you are public and maybe you might not even have any videos up, I sub everybody who subs me back. I mean, who subs me. You subscribe to me, I subscribe to you back. And somebody, I can't remember who it was, hopefully they're still with me, they told me to get on to Instagram. No, they told me to get on to Snapchat. I'm trying to get on to Snapchat, so if anybody can tell me how to freaking get my Snapchat up and going, I guess you got to get... So I know I can get, like, my family to follow me on Snapchat. I just don't know how to get everybody else to follow me on Snapchat. I don't know how you get people... And I don't understand how it works where, you got a video that lasts for, like, 10 seconds or 30 seconds or something. How you get people to follow you if your video's not all there all the time, like Instagram. Like my Instagram account, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, is also Big Ball Vlogs. My Instagram account is a little bit mixture of my lifestyle. It's mostly travel and shooting and fishing and outdoors and stuff. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Big Ball Vlogs. Same as the YouTube page. I have a Twitter, but it got hacked or something. They shut it down, and I didn't feel like trying to open it. Tweeting was annoying, I guess. Got 16 with me. Who's with me? Who's still with me? Still thinking of ways to kind of make that giveaway fair, guys. So if you got any ideas, please give me some ideas on how I can make it fair. I like the idea of like giving one to the furthest away. Like I go, hey, who's the furthest away here? And send it to that guy. Maybe I'll put a challenge in it or something, for one of them. My most loyal fan, something like that. I'll give them away like that. I'm seeing a lot of like pop-ups, like people are posting, but the last thing I see is from Juan. It says, yes, I will subscribe to you too. And that was like 9:50 p.m. So I must totally be out of sync here, unless you're different time zones. Oh no, it is 9. It's 9:52. Draw numbers. Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried the number draw thing, but not knowing how many people are going to think that I'll have like, I guess I can kind of like guess them, like say guess a number between 1 and 100 or something like that, and the closest people get it. But I tried the one like, like based off subscribers, and it just like, I didn't know how to do it. So the first couple I gave away, I just kind of like scrolled through it, and wherever it stopped, I picked that person and said, hey, you get the giveaway. And then I did a couple that I actually set up on Amazon, so you can go to Amazon and kind of like enter into the giveaway. And Amazon picked all of the winners and shipped it all for me, so I didn't have to do any shipping. I might have to do more of those because the shipping part is the part that kind of like, it's more, I don't want to say no cheat. I don't know how to cheat on it, but the shipping part is the part that kind of like, I try to do it as much as possible, but it's just the shipping because like I said, some of you guys are across the seas, and I don't want to go, oh, you won, but you live in England, so I can't really send it to you. So Amazon kind of like made that easier. They were like, we won't ship it here if you can't even enter because we won't ship it here. But now Amazon's branching out all across the world, so that might be a possibility now to get stuff shipped directly from Amazon. I wasn't talking to you, Dave. I was just making an example. I don't know what time zone you guys are in. It's 9:54 here right now, PM. Yeah, right. You trust that, Dave? If you win, I can send it to Mr. C and he can forward it to you. So I don't own a Mavic. I mean, I don't own an iPad Mini. My buddy owns an iPad Mini. He flies his Phantom 4 Pro with it, and it works. So I don't know if it works well, or I know he doesn't have a Wi-Fi signal half the time, so he doesn't have maps on it, but it works. Juan, you got a wife that lives in PA? That's like right up the street from me, bro. Like if I drive 15 minutes in either direction, I'm in PA, one area of PA or another. I'm either in freaking Pike Creek or Philadelphia or Chester or Westchester, 20 minutes away. Mr. C, are you in England too? I haven't taken it full range here. I don't know. Your name is an Asian character, so I'm not sure what your name is, but it says how many. I'm assuming you're saying how far is the range of the spark. I haven't taken it full distance yet. I live in pretty much the city. Even if I get out to a park, it's probably surrounded by houses with Wi-Fi signals, so I will not get the maximum distance on the spark. But I've seen videos of guys that have flown it 3/4 of a mile, even on the flattest surface. Oh, you got 1.5? Mr. Ham Radio Rick got 1.5. That is impressive. Where do you live in? Were you flying it like off of a mountain or something, like above everything else? I don't even think the spec said you can get 1.5. It said like 1.2. 1.5 is way out there, man. You must have got one of the ones that was tuned nice over the ocean. And you got some stones on you to fly over the ocean. It might not even made it back. Dubai? Who's in Dubai? Oh, missed one. Let's see. Why I ask most people say that it works better with Apple than Android. Ricky Sullivan, because it does. I think it's because, at least for the Android version, a lot of people may have gotten an update to Android 7 Nougat, and it totally killed DJI Go 4. And DJI Go 4 works flawlessly with every version of Apple I've ever had. And I get regular updates on Apple from like 8, 9, 10, and it worked flawlessly without any problems at all. But when I got one update from freaking Android, it shut me down and almost like crashed me or some crap into a palm tree. Keith, what do you got? You got some of you guys are having another conversation. Keith, you said I'm in PA, plenty of mountains around me. What are you flying? You flying a Mavic? You flying a Spark? You flying something? What are you flying? Keith Avery. Too much. Did you bring my drones with me this time? I didn't bring my. Oh, didn't bring. So that's why I bought the iPad Mini. But I want options for my 400 bucks. So I got a couple videos out there right now. For options for FPV, there's a cool one that I've tested for the iPhone. Oh, so South Korea? Hey, I'm thinking about coming out to Korea. I don't know what your name is. I can't pronounce your name, but in Korea, I'm thinking about coming out to Korea in November to go to Seoul to the DJI Arena. I'm thinking about going out there. Don't know if you got any advice or any opinion on that. So DJI has got a flagship store and an arena in Seoul, Korea. Kim, hey Kim, how you doing? Hey, you ain't gotta have DJI, Keith. I don't. I'm not a brand whore. I don't. Woo, South Korea. We're all brothers in droning. Um, yeah. I don't. If it flies, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. While I love this DJI stuff, I am going to more than likely jump on this drone by I believe it's Yi or Me. It's called a Eureka. That freaking thing is badass. It's a tricopter. It's got a Yi 4K camera, stabilized camera on it, and it's supposed to fly 46 minutes off of one charge at 76 miles an hour. It's made out of carbon fiber composite, and it folds up, but it's not the smallest thing. It comes in like a big ass bag, like a even probably bigger than a GoPro camera. But the blades fold back on it, and that thing is supposed to be crazy. Yeah, man. If you're talking about that Eureka, look it up on YouTube, man. It's the Yi Eureka. Um, I don't know how to spell Eureka. It spells like Eurtia or something like that. Eureka. But the only thing I don't like about the Eureka is it's right when it first came out, they said they probably wouldn't add a remote control with it. They wanted something that you could use for filming your downhill snowboarding and crap like that. And I'm like, nah, how can you give me a drone that flies 76 miles an hour without a remote control so I can take advantage of it? I don't know if you have another conversation, Ricky Sullivan, with someone else. I don't recommend buying the goggles at all. I don't like the goggles. I'm not that I don't like the goggles. I don't think that they're worth the cost. I think the unique goggles are half the cost of the DJI goggles, and like I think I don't know. I think they might have an HDMI input, so you might be able to kind of make them work somehow. Does anyone know? Oh yeah, they work with the HDMI output. I was gonna say, does anybody know if they work with the Phantom 4 Pro? I'm not, Mr. C. You know what? I'm not lying. Like I said, I tested them. They are epic. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. When I saw them, I was like, holy shit! Like even the on-screen display, even that lesser resolution was amazing. But the thing about it is, I just can't shell out the 450. Plus, right now, I mean, I know guys that are like the guy that I bought my Spark from. He sold me those. He sold it to me for $90 more because he paid $800 from someone to get a pair of DJI goggles because they weren't out in stock. So he's trying to get his money back. That's why most guys are trying to sell Sparks on eBay for like $1,000. The Flymore combo for like $1,000. He said, give me $90 more because I want to pay for these goggles that I bought for $800, twice the cost. Damn near twice the cost of what they cost. Lots of prepping, hating on them. Lots of people saying on them. I've only heard one guy that said he hated them. I know a lot of people that love them. Me personally, like I said, for 450, yeah, it's the price of another cool little toy drone, and I can play with that more than I can play with the goggles. So I just don't do enough video with my Mavic to say, hey, go out and buy a pair of $450 goggles. If I was into real estate and I had my Part 107 or something, yeah, I get the goggles because it would make flying a lot better to get angles that I couldn't see, or to do a lot cooler stuff with it. But I can't do it right now. So what I'm waiting on, I will definitely wait on someone to sell or for DJI to have some refurbished goggles on their website before I go out and get a pair. If I can catch a pair for like 350 used maybe, or if I can get a pair from DJI for less than 450, I probably would go with it. I am so ambitious, man, but when it comes to hobbies, I like to be relaxed, bro. I'm trying to like relax on this, man. I go to work and be ambitious and then come home and relax. I want to get my 107. Everybody, there's a couple guys that have their 107. They're like, yeah, you got to study a lot for it, and you got to study a lot before you actually go take the test. Because I think the test is like 150 per shot. So if you fail it, you got to pay 150 every time you fail it. So let me tell you about this beard, Kim. If I didn't shave it, I think I got a baby face. But every time I travel somewhere, so when I traveled to Thailand, I traveled to Egypt, I've traveled to Bali, I've traveled a lot of different places. And the first thing they say is, "Are you from the U.S.?" because of the beard, and I don't know why. And I know in Thailand, pretty much everybody's got a smooth face on it, and I don't know why everybody knows immediately. Since when I got a beard, I'm from the U.S. Why don't they think I'm from somewhere where like Africa or some shit where black people come from? Before I open my mouth, they know from the U.S. You found the gimbal calibration? Cool. It's been so long since I've been without facial hair. I had one job that required me to shave my facial hair, and since then I've never looked back. Right now it's at its longest. I'll shave it down to that's more trim. I'm actually just kind of getting lazy and didn't want to shave it. Like if I got an executive coming through, I'll shave it down. I'll still keep the beard. I'll keep like some roughage down here, but that won't be so long. It's about an inch and a half long right now. Hey Kim, what do you fly? You got a Spark? You got a Mavic? You got any DJI drones? Or you got something different? What do you got? Feel like I'm missing something. The connection's dropping out. Ah, so the warm weather people don't wear the beards. I gotcha. Oh, so you can't have a drone in South Korea? Only just worked out how to change YouTube settings on videos privacy. Didn't realize. Cheers, mate. Richie Sullivan, I was over in Jamaica a couple years ago. I was in Negril. I got to get back out there. I was out there for Memorial Weekend. I got bored and I jumped on a plane in Negril. Spent 4 days out there. Beautiful country. Didn't get the chance to see much, but I got to be back. I got to get back out there. If you're out there right now, I'll hit you up if you're in Jamaica still. Rice works good. I'm reading these comments about rice and drying out stuff. It works good, but if you really want to dry it out, you can go to like Walmart or buy a sporting goods store and buy like a can of desiccant for like a gun safe. I got one that's actually like a 5 pound bag that I keep just in case I get something, I drop something in the water. I can put the desiccant in there and suck out all that moisture. Rice works pretty good though. Probably not as fast as desiccant. Magic M, where you at and what drone laws? How they get crazy? Tell us about them. I'm hoping that they don't just totally shut us down on drones, man. It just like the legislation right now is just ridiculous about something that, again, I understand people do bad things with almost any freaking thing out there, right? So, but it seems like drones have gotten this whole bad rap for some reason. Like somebody actually did something crazy with one that requires all of this legislation. I don't recall, and maybe I might be wrong. Um, I don't recall like a plane actually being knocked out of the air by a drone or and besides I work in the aircraft industry. You guys didn't notice this shirt probably says something aviation on it. Um, and we test those engines on airplanes, we throw 20-pound frozen turkeys into the engine to make sure it ain't gonna break the engine or shut it down. And again, I know you can probably take a drone and fly it somewhere where it ain't supposed to be or do something with it, but I think the restrictions on drones right now are just kind of steep, and the laws don't really make sense. So yeah, I can't fly over 300 feet, but why can't I fly within 500 feet of an airport if I'm like only hovering or flying at like that level of a house? Like why wouldn't it be near an airport you can't fly over within 5 miles? You couldn't fly over 250 feet or 150 feet or whatever the highest tree or whatever the highest I don't want to say obstacle, but whatever the highest thing is, structure is in there. If it's trees 150 feet, you can't fly higher than that. I don't know. It's like people don't think about the rules before they make them. They just say, hey, you can't do, you can't do, you can't do. I'm actually shocked that we actually got that registration thing turned over. While I'm not against it because, sometimes, a little bit of registration gets people to like at least read the rules. Doesn't stop you from doing anything. I heard Canada's got some pretty bad. Jamaica don't have restrictions yet. If I get back, when I was out in the grill, there was a guy, and he actually quite sparked my interest in drones. He had a Phantom something. He was flying around in. I was out in 7 Mile Beach. He was flying around 7 Mile Beach. Um, but I heard Canada's got some crazy drone laws. Restriction on over 250 grams, 75 meters from a building, 9 kilometers from an airport. Cap. So can you guys have like a DJI Phantom or one like can you have a MAVIC? I don't even know what a MAVIC weighs gram wise. That 90-meter thing seems to be pretty much universal. 500 meters from controller. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to fly line of sight too. So I actually stayed on 7 Mile. Yeah, I liked it. I actually maybe the only thing I didn't like about the whole experience was the fact, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but of course it happens in all tourist areas. I tried to walk down 7 Mile Beach and I got harassed every 5 feet, so it took me every bit of an hour to walk a quarter mile or whatever. People just, we want to buy this, you want to buy that. I just want to experience the country. I mean, and guys trying to sell you like T-shirts that I didn't want to buy. They wouldn't let up, just like constantly. And like I said, that's everywhere. Like you go anywhere, any country, you get hit pretty hard. It was like that in Egypt and everything. Yeah, you don't need the remote for the Spark, man. You can do it with the phone. I mean, I could fly the Mavic with a phone if I wanted to. I just don't. I just choose not to. Yup, T-shirts and weed. Chill lemon kill. Do you suck clocks? No, I do not suck clocks. Oh, do I suck cock? One of the hardest thing about being a YouTuber is the fact that guys like Chill Lemon Kill always want to throw shots, man. They always want to throw shots, and I have to be like, brush it off. Don't worry about it. I flew the Mavic. What do you call it? Do you hate niggers? I do not hate niggers. No, I don't hate niggers, and I do not suck cocks. Any other questions? These are like stupid questions. Do you hate niggers? No, I do not hate niggers. You're offending the people, dude. Too late. I already answered it. He needed, hey, freedom of speech, right? He wanted an answer. I gave it to him. Do you like foot jobs? I've never had a foot job before. Foot jobs. What's that? I know, man, but look, this is the crazy, Richie. This is the crazy thing about being a YouTuber, bro. Like, I get like, you know, I only got 1,000 subs, but some of these videos have a lot more, I guess, posts than actually subscriptions that I have. And if I scroll through them, I would probably totally give up YouTube because some of them are just like attack, 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 and I'm like, yeah, man, these, you know. It's just people's right to say stupid stuff and be crazy online. I can't stop them from doing it. PewDiePie got in trouble. I don't know if you guys know PewDiePie. He's got like a half a bajillion subscribers. He got in trouble for doing anti-Semitic comedy. But they said, hey, freedom of speech. I've never had a red stripe. I had some guy, Richie, when I was there. I had some guy's family. His wife and family lived in Jamaica. He lived in the U.S., so he called up his family, told him to come get me. I went and bought everybody red stripes. They love them, but I don't drink beer. I don't drink beer. I don't do drugs. I'm a little bit of a square. I'll drink hard alcohol if I'm around people and I feel safe. And I think the worst things I did in Jamaica when I was there was I got drunk. I was there by myself and I got drunk and started wandering around the beach in the middle of the night. And this guy was like, hey, you want to die? Get the hell off the beach in the middle of the night, dude. What are you doing? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I heard music coming from, what's that, Bahama Bay or something? That little, on 7 Mile Beach, there's like a little band there. I mean, a concert venue there. And I went walking toward the music in the middle of the night, drunk. I'll do rum. I don't do the beer thing. Malibu coconut rum, some Coke. That's all it takes for me, man. Chill lemon kill. I like all drones. You missed the video. I don't know how that got caught. I was flying this little guy here. I've got a Star Wars speeder bike, Air Hogs toy that I bought. It's actually a pretty decent drone. It came from Air Hogs drone. I'm thinking about keeping that one because it might become collectible because it's Star Wars someday. I've got a couple other crazy little drones that I bought for like 20, 30 bucks. And I just like buying little toys and flying them around. And if they look cool or shiny, somebody said I'm like a crow. If it's shiny, I want it. I want to buy it or something. I gotta have it if it's shiny. So I think that's what they said. I'm like a crow. If it's shiny, I gotta have it. I feel so bad right now. You guys have got me on here like until 2 o'clock at two. I mean not 2 o'clock. 2 hours and 24 minutes. I'm totally ignoring everything and everything else that I'm supposed to be doing in life right now. Like I was supposed to go to the gym at 10. Missed that one by 18 minutes. Um, I'm supposed to make my lunch for tomorrow for work. I guess I'll get to that sometime in tomorrow morning. Probably because my connection is so bad, and then my connection keeps going from good to bad. I got a bad connection back here. So the next time I do this, guys, I'm gonna move my connection around. But right now, I just thought this would be the best place to do it because of all of the freaking noise in the other room. Yeah, man, no problem. Like I said, I want to do this more often. I talked about doing it a couple videos ago, and I just finally got around to it. It was raining outside, and I said if I can't fly, I want to do something. So I totally enjoyed. I got to totally get off of this thing, guys. But I've enjoyed all of you guys for chiming in and let's talk in drones. So next time I'll do this, will probably be sometime later this week, maybe on the weekend when I have more time to sit around. But hey, thanks everybody for coming to the live stream and talking to me. I appreciate it. hopefully most of you guys will be doing the same thing. I'll be able to support you back, live streaming or talking about drones. And if you got some videos, man, let's support each other. Nah, man, thank you guys for your time. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Take it easy. I want you guys to finish talking before I hang up. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.